Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me, around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. Oh, made of skeletons I tried to bury long ago. Her fingers always on the trigger. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I see is a monster in me. But I'll take all the light and make it go black. Who could love somebody like that? Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. That monster is a monster, in me. Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me, around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. But I'll take all the light and make it go black. Who could love somebody like that? Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. That monster is a monster, a monster in me. Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. Oh, I'll take all the light and make it go black. Who could love somebody like that? Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. That monster is a monster, a monster in me. Mercy, mercy, chains all wrapped around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation get the better of me. Oh, mercy me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a go black? Who could love somebody like that? Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh, I see is a monster in me. That monster is is a monster, a monster in me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Talking Madness. It's your boys. I don't know why I'm doing that again. I'm ripping that off someone, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again for another Sunday here with you guys and another episode of Talking Madness. Once again, I am your host, Nathan Lewis, and I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts, Lee Simmons, Aaron, and Dale Richardson. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Lee Simmons back with us this week. Lee, how are you doing?
All good, mate. All good. Sorry I wasn't here for the past couple of weeks. Just loads of issues happening, issues upon issues. I've got more issues than Nathan's got crumpled tissues. You know what I mean?
But
What?
Lee, has the rash cleared up?
It has. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like you guys are passing right. So you guys are passing piles and fresh to each other these days. What's going on here?
Hey, sharing's caring, Nathan. Sharing's caring.
How are you, Dale?
I'm all right, mate.
Yeah, good.
I'm good, mate. I really am.
It was your missus's birthday the other day, wasn't it? Aaron? Can you hear?
Mine? Yeah, sorry.
Aaron, yeah.
I was on Facebook. Yes, it was. It was Rachel's birthday, Friday. Unfortunately, she's still on crutches. So,
oh dear.
That was.
I was sat here going, who's he talking to then?
I thought he was talking to.
Well, he definitely weren't talking to you, Dave, mate. So you don't have to worry about that.
How do you know I haven't got a Mrs. Dale?
We all know you
I
ain't got a
Mrs.
missus.
How do you know I'm not recently started seeing someone? I might have just kept it quiet from everyone.
We can tell by the way you dress.
Unless that blow up doll is really your official missus now.
Cheers, Dale. Cheers, Dale. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank everyone for joining us on YouTube tonight live. Once again on a Sunday evening, Elimination Chamber night. Exciting times for later on tonight for those who are watching the Elimination Chamber. But yes, we thank you for joining us. Remember to share, follow, like on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Comedy Pro Wrestling. Without you guys watching us each week, we can't do this each week. Before we start going and talk about our guests tonight, first of all, we've got some announcements to make. First announcement is that New Blood episode 11 will be available from this Wednesday to rent, and will also be available on demand from Friday. So remember, episode 10 was released on Friday just been. Episode 11 of New Blood Wrestling will come this Wednesday for rentals, and also then available on demand from Friday. Lee, I believe you've got another announcement.
Yes, Jim, I know you're watching. I've just seen your name pop up on YouTube, and I know you're going to love this. Cat Von Cage is going to be singing a song tonight at 10:30. So if you get on the CPW Galaxy page, you can vote for the song. I think there's a choice of 5 songs. 2 of them are her own songs. And she's an amazing singer, so whatever she sings is going to sound great. But get on the CPW Galaxy page and vote. You've got until 10 o'clock to get your votes in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it in. It should be great. It was fantastic listening to her last week.
Yeah, amazing to have her for Valentine's special. But I've got the votes on the moment. At the moment, the one leading is her own personal song, Bad Vibes. So that's in the lead at the moment. And in second place at the moment is Unfaithful by Rihanna. So remember, get on the CPW Galaxy page and get those votes in. Right then, guys, it's now time to get serious. Because later tonight, fireworks are going to take place. It's going to get heated on here. It's going to get hot. Not just because the guy coming on is beautiful, but also because we have a man coming to answer the call-outs and to respond to the captain, Steve Valentino. That is, ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight is the former CPW Lineal Heavyweight Champion, the longest reigning CPW Lineal Heavyweight Champion of all time, the chosen one, Will Starr. What we think, guys, is going to happen tonight?
Wow. I'll put aftershave on.
You put aftershave on?
Yeah. I mean, that guy's so hot. I'm ready.
I mean, honestly,
the first time we had Will Starr on, it was to learn more about him, to hear about his wrestling career, his likes, his dislikes. Now it's just so he can come and fire shots at the captain. You know what I mean? It's the shots have already been fired from one side, and now he's firing back. So
his reply, I expect his reply to be electric. I mean, some of the stuff that Steve had to say, I think Will did not take them very well. So he's going to have a lot to say for himself, and it's going to be very, very exciting.
You know what, right?
Yeah, I'm
a Will Starr fan. Yeah, I hope he comes on here and he comes on with two barrels blazing, and he tells that Captain Pugwash what he really thinks. Because I mean, Nath, you were there, Dale was there, Dominic was there, like licking Captain Pugwash up as he does. You know what I mean? Lee, you watched it, and the things he was saying about Will, like the chosen one. I just want Will to beat him from post to post now.
I mean, it is hard to hear somebody talk that shit about Will Starr. You know what I mean? Will Starr, he's the Splinter to our Turtles. You know what I mean? He's a legend. He's our sensei. He's the Miyagi to our Danielson. You know what I mean?
He's our Dalboy to our Rodney.
That one doesn't make sense, but I liked it. Our Ninja to our Turtles.
The Splinter. He's the rat.
Surely it would be. Was it Splinter or was it?
That's what I
Splinter.
said.
Yeah. Splinter.
Who taught him Ninja?
Yeah, but you didn't. You said Ninja. You said Ninja the Turtles.
You know what I meant. Splinter.
Lee. He is our Dalboy to our Rodney.
That's it. Well, no, yes, because he's the teacher. He's the one in charge. He's the captain of the CPW ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He is a leader. He is a trainer, and everybody that come out of the CPW Galaxy have good majority of them have got Will Starr to thank for the stuff that he's taught them.
So I mean, we can sit here and defend him all we want, but he doesn't need that.
Hang on, we've also got to remember, guys, that we did uncredit the chosen one as well. We have to remember this, guys. When Steve Valentino is on, I know we all support our chosen one, but we all did say as well, though, that if the current Will Starr right now was to face Steve Valentino, we don't think he could beat him. So do remember.
I don't actually think I recall saying that he wouldn't beat him.
Yeah, we all did. We all stated that we didn't think that. Apart from
No.
Us three did.
No, I think you'll find that you and Dom DeWinter did. I think if you watch it again, you'll find I said that I think Will is a bit, at the moment, he don't know who to trust. That's
Either way,
potatoes.
Just potato, you
potato. What's a potato?
Potatoes. What?
What the fuck's a potato?
I think we can all agree. Whoever does come out, on top, it'd be a brilliant match. Definitely, one for the top 10 list.
I mean, when Steve Valentino said that he would even help Will get to the level that he was at when he beat Mr. Richards for the Unified Heavyweight Championship, he would help Will to get there just so he could beat him.
Will don't need his help.
Just to say that he would do
Oh,
that,
this is,
though.
I think this is what we're not looking at. Will can get there on his own, but this is only going to push Will to get there quicker.
But the fact that
So,
Steve said that he
That means
will help him get there.
technically, hang on, but that means technically he has helped him. If this
but it's
response
not.
has lit,
No, it's
if
not
this
like
response
a Rocky moment.
for Will
It's
to
not
come,
like a
hang on,
Rocky
for Will,
moment. It's not Apollo Creed
it
training.
is.
This is
It is
something that
It
pisses
is
you off
because
that makes you want to do something.
because-
Because Apollo Creed he trained Rocky. They were enemies, but he trained him. He isn't offering to train him, and if he is, that's probably an insult in itself, isn't it? I mean,
hang on, he never said about training Lee. He never said about training.
It's all about
He said
helping
he
him.
would make
So
him
it's
step
helping
back
him.
up.
So it's helping
And
him
that's-
so that he can, because he wants to beat the Will Starr at that top level and not the Will Starr that we currently have.
But this is my point. Him saying all that stuff has relit a fire under Will's arse. So technically, has he actually done that? Has he helped Will to refine his fire by making him have to come out now? Will's come out of nowhere with this. Will Starr straight away was like, "Get me on there." Get me
then
on
all you
Foot
can,
Madness so I
then
can
you can
answer
say
Steve
all
Valentino.
Will was waiting for. But then you can say all Will was waiting for was someone to piss him off. That could have been anyone. That could have been anyone. You could have slashed his tires and this could have happened. You know what I mean? It could.
But again,
Going
you're
by
right.
your
It could have
theory
been
then,
that he's
Nathan.
saying.
Going by your
Mhm.
theory, I helped Cov win yesterday because I messaged the Cov Facebook page and told them to play two up front, and they won.
Well done, mate.
There you
Thank
go
you.
then. See,
Thank
that's
you.
right.
No,
Yeah, there we go.
For
Fuck
all
me,
you
I should be
know,
a
they read that
manager.
message.
Cheers, mate.
Listen,
Have we-
Steve
Anyway, ladies and
Valentino
gentlemen.
has helped Will get anywhere. Will has got
I
bags
personally
and bags
I
and
personally
bags.
think that Steve Valentino has relit a fire under his arse. Steve Valentino has lit the fire under Will's arse, and that's what's caused this to happen. Is he going to help him to get to the level? No, Will could do that himself. Will is already good enough to be able to beat
But the
him.
fact,
Yes.
the fact they had the goal
But-
to say that he would help him get to that, the fact that he
Fair
has
play.
Steve Valentino
Fair play.
thinks that he's
Fair
the
play.
one that can help him get to that level.
I'm with you, Dale.
Fair play to the guy. That's fair play to the guy. He's got a set
That's
of balls
cool.
on him.
If that's-
He's
if that's
used
not
those set
some
of balls
arrogance
to
for
make
you.
an announcement.
So he
Is it
has the
arrogance or
nerve.
is it bollocks?
Egomania. That's what
He
that
had
is.
the nerve to shoot Will down as Mr. Wrestling, yeah, but he can help Will get back to the level. Well, then,
Do we all want to see the match? Do we
course we
all
do.
want to see
Yes.
yes,
Of course you do.
Absolutely.
that's stupid.
There's no point.
That's
There's no
like
point having
saying-
this podcast. There's no point having this episode if you don't want to see the match.
It's like one of the things you want in life, like seeing Lee buy your food. You want to see it.
Absolutely, you want to see it.
It may
No,
not
I just-
happen, but
But,
you
Right,
want to see it.
but obviously, we are going to be joined by Will Starr at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be exciting times to hear what he has to say. We're going to try and dig deep into the backstory of Mr. Wrestling and how this feud and this rivalry came about, and also get the answers from Will about what he thought of what Steve Valentino said and his response. Obviously, is what we're looking for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So expect fireworks. Obviously, if you do have any questions that you've not asked before, feel free to ask those questions. We will try and get them to Will Starr tonight. Obviously, if there are questions that are asked on the previous podcast we did with Will Starr, we will explain to you. You can go see those answers and find those answers on a previous podcast. But we will try and ask all the questions tonight. As always, ladies and gentlemen, after this episode finishes, CPW loves to give you a free show, a free match. And tonight's match is a big one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
After this episode, it's already in the group chat if you haven't seen it, but I'm going to let everyone know. After this podcast finishes tonight, after this episode finishes tonight, straight afterwards, they will be showing the match of Will Starr versus Cleo for the CPW Lineal Heavyweight Championship from History 7.
Wow.
If you've not had a
Debut
chance
of little
to see
Susie.
that yet, yes, the debut of Little Susie. But if you've not had a chance to see that match, make sure you stay on after this to watch one hell of a match between
You don't
two
want to
of the
miss
top
it.
guys in CPW.
Don't
And
wanna miss
the
that one.
debut of creepy Little Susie.
You do not want to
That
miss
girl
it.
scares me. She scares the bejeebies out of me.
the big
She
easy.
scares the little hell out of everyone.
Bejeebies.
She scares that,
Bejeebies.
not just what her character work, but Oh my goodness, everything that she's got is just amazing, amazing. Everything about how she can be when when she actually gets to the ring and does it herself. Wow, I feel sorry for anybody when they get in the ring with her when she actually does it herself. Wow, it will be. Yeah.
You know what? Sorry to butt in. Obviously, I'm just checking the YouTube out, and we've got Dominic De Winter and Wes.
Of course.
God.
Hello, Wes, mate.
I mean, Nathan, you can see what I'm seeing, can't you?
Oh,
These two guys.
All I can say is they're backing me up.
Mate, how can anyone back you up with that top on?
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, Aaron there has slated one of the official CPW Training Academy vest tops. So I think you need to take your words back, Aaron. Dissing one of the CPW Training Academy tops. What that is, mate.
I'm dissing you.
I think he's just talking about your tie-dye titty flasher. You know what I mean? That's what you got there.
Thank you, Lee. We're not dissing the top. We're dissing that you're wearing it and you make it look like some cat at the YMCA.
I think that's basically what he's trying to say.
Hey, after the watershed, the nipples might come out, and I'm joking.
I've seen them. I've seen them little golf balls.
Tell you what,
go back to the YouTube.
An Arnold Will shirt, I'd wear that motherfucker, I tell you.
So going back to the YouTube, obviously Dominic De Winter has stated that this is not fair and unbiased views. This is 4 blokes ready to drop on their knees for Will Starr. Bear in mind, he dropped on his knees for the Pirate.
Yes, he did, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hang on, I haven't dropped to my knees for Will Starr.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to stay mutual.
Don't lie about that, Nathan, but that's a different story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's not go there, mate.
That's a different reason why I dropped to my knees there, but I've not
that's
said
what we don't want to say at this time.
But
that needs to be after the watershed.
What is good is we've got Lauren online.
Yes, Lauren.
Yes, Lauren.
I bet she's got something to say, I bet.
I bet
the
she
best
has.
one. Dominic, you were so far up Steve's arse, you could have been his new pirate hat. I love it.
That would have been. I think that could have been slightly better if she said he was so far up his arse, you could have been his talking parrot.
Yeah. We just talk like a parrot, don't we? You know, like you just want to shoot it.
Dom.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Sorry, Tom. I love you.
You
know what I do.
I'll tell you what.
It's irritating like a parrot sometimes. You know, I know what you mean, Aaron.
Dominic's watching. Thank you for joining, Dominic. I know you're a busy man with the Dirt Dynasty. We appreciate your time and effort to watch us tonight. But no offense to any of you three or me, but I think it would have been interesting to have had Dom on tonight to see how he would have reacted and responded to some of the things Will said after he'd been able to listen to.
Mate, I'm happy for you to piss off and for Dom to come on.
Yes!
That's what I was going to say, Lee.
I mean, I can leave, but then this whole thing. If I left, if I could leave right now, but this whole thing will shut down, and then you'd have no.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes again.
It is your turn.
I'm sure. I mean, we've had more than 6, 7 people on here before. If Dom wants to come and get himself on here.
Yes.
You know, you just got to get him out himself.
Get him on there.
Have a bit of Dom at Winter.
Get him on there.
No,
get him on.
No, sorry, I've run out of links.
It's all right, because like Lee said, we're easy to drop you, mate. We're happy with that.
Oh, dear.
I'm no offense, lads. I'm the stitching that holds this thing together.
You're stitching it. Wow, well, my goodness.
Oh, no, to be fair, like I said, everyone at home is his Zoom meeting, so he's the technical guy.
Technical guy, yeah. That's the one. That's the word to describe it.
I've worked this out right. I'm the brains. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
the brawns. Aaron's just the tag along cousin.
And I'll just watch. Just think about what you're going to say about me, Nathan.
Dal is. I already had it planned out. Dal is the #1 official to make sure everyone stays in control.
Well, why do I get the fucking bullshit name?
Listen to him.
Listen here, Uncle Albert. Wait till I see you next.
I've just received.
And I'm the beauty.
I've just received I've just received a message.
Come on, Dave. Come on, spit it out.
That's what his boyfriend said.
I don't know how to approach it.
Fuck you, Nathan. Fuck you.
I don't know how to approach the message because what it says is hilarious. I don't understand how to ask it as a question. So if the person who's told me to say something could let me know how to say it, that could be helpful because right now
Just
I don't know
say
what to
it.
say.
Go on.
So someone's messaged me saying, I mean, we need to mention Dale's hairstyle and Dale's hair. It's getting long.
Who said that?
I've been asked to give Dale a hair update.
It's Dale Dingle.
I would agree. My hair's an absolute mess.
I've had mine cut.
No, mate, it looks
sorry.
kind of like
I'm not
2002 emo.
It
You know what I
really,
mean? Like,
it really is a
you've
mess,
been
mate.
looking at My Chemical Romance, just like with the, it looks
No.
very emo.
It's not. It's just shocking, mate.
Dale,
It's a mess.
Dale's became new friends with Tomby, so going to an emo goth stage.
Dale, don't listen to Nathan. He's only gutted because he was going bold.
New friends with Tomby. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind being friends with Tomby, but it would be for the hair, though.
Dale, can you give us a side view? I want to
No.
see the mullet. Actually,
Really, you don't.
Do it for look, the fans are asking for it, Dale. You've got to give the fans what they want.
Get on the
You said
muttons,
that.
Dale.
You
Got to
said
give the fans what they
fans
want.
want it. Yeah,
wanna
the
see-
fans want to see the side view.
I don't
See
think
the
they do.
mullet.
It's really not good. to
Oh
be
wow!
honest.
Look at those locks. Look at those locks.
It really is not good. And believe me, it will be all coming off as soon as I can get to a barber's.
Wow.
Do yourself.
Wow, I'm
Why don't you
sorry.
do it at home, mate?
Hold on.
That is-
Hold on.
Clippers.
1 second.
It looks like a cross between Liam Gallagher and Cher. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm
Listen,
getting.
I don't mind the Liam Gallagher bit, but I don't know about the share, mate. I don't mind
Dale.
Liam Gallagher.
Dale, I need you to reply to this from
Go
your
on.
best mate Dominic DeWinter.
Oh, my friend Dom, yeah.
He says more like effing emu than an emo.
Don't take it, Dale.
Who's an emu? He's an
You.
emu.
You look like an emu.
Emo.
Listen,
He's called
I don't
you an
get,
emu.
the difference between me and Mr. Winter is I wouldn't go around getting personal like that because, I'm just better than that, so I don't need to get personal with him.
Say
Boom.
Dale.
Dale,
I just see the results of his teams that he thinks are decent, and they just keep losing.
We've got some Rudolph chants on the YouTube.
we have
Yes, do it.
Rudolph.
Rudolph
Yes.
chants. Rudolph.
Shorty says leave Rudolph's hair alone.
Yeah,
And then Wes
Shorty.
Rez has come back
Jam.
with Rudolph.
Yeah, Shorty.
Yeah,
I'm
hello,
sorry.
Shorty. Hello, Jam.
Wes, you have no room
also,
to talk about hair when you started going bold at 15, mate.
Dominic
15?
says that he's gone for the Will. Dominic says Dale's gone for the Will Starr look. Hang on, we're talking about bad hairdos. Whilst you're doing this, I'll get involved then. Look how bad mine's gone.
I ain't
but-
got a hair, so I'm sound.
No, I can let you
growing
sort mine
again.
Lee, when I
Not
finish
good.
if you like, mate.
No, don't worry about it, mate. I
Dale, what
like
are you-
mate. Do you see how the light's just shining off me? Do you see
I
that?
can see that right off the top.
That's
You just saw
beautiful, man.
you put some polish on that before we started or something, mate.
I look like I've got a fucking
Dale.
halo. It's brilliant.
Did you polish it? Dale, I'll pay you 20 quid if you cut it yourself live on Talking Madness.
What?
I'll
Say
pay
that
you.
again.
I'll send you 20 quid. I'll give you 20 quid. I'll send you 20 quid if you cut your hair live on Talking Madness.
No.
How about Nathan? Would you pay 30 quid? I'll go round and cut his hair just in my pants.
Tell you what. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, because Dale always does what the fans want. If the fans want to see Dale cut his hair live on Talking Madness, let us know in the group chat, and Dale will do it for the fans.
I think you just heard me say no, but you carry on.
Hey, you won't upset. You do not doubt. I know you, mate. You will never want to upset the fans. You don't like to go against the fans.
Are you not offering him my one as well, then, Nathan?
No.
I didn't hear you, mate.
Listen,
I'm
Aaron.
sorry.
Aaron, if you want to cut my hair with your clothes on, then I will accept that. But you're not doing it.
No. Dale, I don't like hair on my clothes, so I've just got to
I
take
don't
them
care,
off.
mate. I don't care, mate.
I'll put
No.
fresh pants on.
I don't
First
care.
of all, Aaron, we don't
Don't
want to see
lie.
that live. Aaron,
Don't
we don't want to
lie.
see that.
You
We
ain't
do
got
not want to
fresh
see that on
pants.
Top of
Don't
Madness.
lie.
I mean,
Nathan
look,
going, I
it's-
don't want to
it's
see
got-
that.
Dale,
It's got one
Dale.
pair inside and out. What?
Dale,
Yes,
you're going to be
Nathan.
rich,
Oh,
mate.
James
Emma
Cross.
Shaw, one of the biggest fans of all time in CPW, says yes. James Cross has said he'll pay 20 quid to watch it. That's 40 quid there, Dale.
40
Mate,
quid, Dale.
You could be rich.
It's, but I don't really
I'm
care
in.
what James
I'm in.
Cross
Hey.
wants, to be honest.
Dominic de Winter will give you a tenner. That's
Yeah,
50
but I
Let's
don't
get
care
everyone
what.
round.
I don't care what
Everyone
Dominic
at
wants to watch
home,
either.
yeah. Get
Yeah.
it all in. Come on,
If
everyone.
we get this to 100 quid, Dale will cut it there.
Yes.
Listen, I would not trust
Dale,
myself
for
to cut
100
my
quid.
hair.
Dale, mate, for 100 quid, I wish I had fucking hair to shave it all off. Fucking hell. Come on, son.
You can cut your hair for £100 if you want, Lee.
Whoa,
He's
let's
got
back
nowhere
off.
to cut.
Let's back off. No, I'm not playing no more. I don't want to part of this. Wes says if Dale cuts his hair, me and Nathan got to cut our 1980s beard. No, I'm not playing.
Yeah,
Get it.
I'll cut my beard off.
Oh, there we go.
No. Keep your hair, Dale.
Is Wes only jealous because he can't grow one?
Yeah, probably.
I'll cut my beard off. I don't care.
And Nathan's jealous because he can't grow his hair.
Nathan, you look a bit weird when you cut your beard off.
Yeah, Nathan, you look.
Yeah, I look like Uncle Fester, I've been told.
No, you do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest. It's quite weird. You cut all your hair.
I
all hair off.
If I
Your
shave
beard, you
all
wouldn't
my
look
hair
him.
if I shave all my hair and beard off and I pull this weird face, I look like the bloke from Goonies.
Yeah,
Chunk.
man, I can see it. I can
Right,
see it.
chunk.
Hey, you guys. Yeah, man.
I mean,
You guys.
it's. We could have this, Nathan, couldn't we? Really? I mean, look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh
That's
my
the guru,
goodness.
Nathan.
Are you still got what? Have you not
Where
taken
do these
down your
pictures
picture
keep
set,
coming
Nathan, or what,
from?
man?
Dale, I will never. Dale, I will. Hey, that's me when you
Hey,
told them.
What's going on there? Give me the
won.
story.
Okay, I'll tell you the story then. That is from a night out at uni where I won a pole dancing competition.
That doesn't actually surprise me. Honestly,
doesn't
I'm
it?
not that
I won a
surprised
bottle
by
of
that.
champagne. Oh, there's another picture of me.
That I'm not surprised about.
And
Like,
Dale,
Is that at the end of
Dale,
your tees? Because you got the tee
Dale.
out now. Is that the end of your
no,
shirt?
that's a different night.
Oh.
Dale, answer to your question. I will never remove my photos because my photos are epic. Aaron, now take that off your screen because it's time to get serious. It's 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, shit, Will.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a laugh for half an hour. And that's all we're going to do this tonight is have a half an hour bit of fun because now it's time to get serious. Because, ladies and gentlemen, our guest has arrived. He is the chosen one, the longest reigning CPW lineal heavyweight champion, the sensei, Will Starr. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Will Starr has arrived.
Hey.
Will Starr, how are we tonight?
Is he with us now, Nate?
Everyone's frozen on my screen.
I was going to say, can you guys hear him? Because I can't.
No,
Well,
No,
you are-
no. Okay. Well,
Will Starr's that angry, ladies and gentlemen. He's broke his phone.
oh my goodness.
He's
That's
broke
how-
his phone, ladies and gentlemen. He's that angry.
Valentino and glasses.
Is he thrown it against the wall already? Wow.
Yeah. He heard someone mention Steve Valentino and he broke his phone, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe Dominic de Winter's got something to do with this.
Yeah, I think it is. I think sabotage.
Sabotage.
The De Winter
Yeah, I'm a bit-
dynasty is online.
Have you listened now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you, just can't see you. But it's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we can hear you. Here he comes. He's coming back. And Dominic de Winter, that's the disgusting thing to say on YouTube. Sorry, Will. I'm just going to address this from Dominic de Winter. Yeah, his phone is frozen, but I can tell you that man does not freeze in the ring. So
Oh.
you can pipe down, Mr. Dominic de Winter.
Yeah, go on, Nathan.
He like shouted his mouth off. We couldn't say that to Will's face.
Of course he couldn't. He gets slapped back down, Dale.
Anyway, Will Starr, how are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you, Will.
Yes, we can hear you, mate.
Well, my video ain't working, so I can't see you.
That's fine. We can hear you. You just can't see you. Oh, there we
There
go.
he is.
Now you're working.
There he
Maybe not
is.
yet.
Yes.
There it is.
The chosen one's here, ladies and gentlemen.
How we doing, people? We good?
We are good. Are you on, he's on the JD and Coke again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, my
He's on
boy.
it again. He's on it again.
My mum just brought me a beautiful bottle of Rattler. A little bit of Rattler.
Of what?
Rattler.
Your mum
Rattler,
bought
it's
you a
cider.
rattle.
What the fuck's that?
It's a cider. It's a
That
very
is.
strong cider.
You do look like a cider drinker, looking at you like you belong on a farm or something like that. You know what I mean?
Can I just say, right? As much as I like to hear your voices, I want to listen to Will tell you the truth.
Yes.
Where's
Sorry.
the book coming from?
Let's get serious. Let's get into it.
Going to say, so we all know why you're here, Will. You're here because a captain came on a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Steve Valentino, and he had some wise words to say about his history of you, previous matches with you, and that he wants one more match with you because he says that he's the better wrestler and he can beat you at the top of your game no matter what. Now, we know that this is obviously not sat well with you because you have asked and demanded as the chosen one to come on to this week's episode of Talking Madness so you can respond to the captain yourself. Now, before we address the current situation, what we want to get into, though, is this backstory of how this rivalry came about, but also how the character or how you became Mr. Wrestling, and you gave yourself that name, Mr. Wrestling, which then lit that caused Steve Valentino to get pissed off.
Well, first of all, right, I obviously came on the podcast with you guys before, and then Steve Valentino done the podcast, and after he done his podcast with you guys, I had everybody messaging me and asking me basically, what's the heat between you and Valentino? Why is there so much heat between you and Steve Valentino? What's happened between you two? And I said, look, if I'm going to say anything about Steve Valentino, I'm going to do it publicly. I ain't going to do it in private over messages, private messages to people and CPW management. So that's why I requested to come back on the podcast, because if I'm going to say anything and make a comeback on this guy, then I'm going to do it in front of everybody, in front of CPW Galaxy. So regarding the heat between me and Valentino, look, there wasn't, as far as I was concerned, there wasn't exactly any backstage heat between us. But after watching his podcast, there is now, because the guy came after me. And we can address that in a bit. But if you want to go back to the whole beginning of this rivalry, the backstory of it, if you want, as regards to, his comments about me being Mr. Wrestling and calling myself Mr. Wrestling. Well, first of all, I didn't really name myself that. It was the fans that called me that. They're the ones that grabbed a hold of it. And that's why it stuck. Because, honestly, I was at a point where I was working on the independent scene, and I'm not the type of guy to kind of go around bragging about myself and bigging myself up and just begging for bookings to promoters, like a lot of people do. That ain't me. So I turn up to shows, and not a lot of people would know what I'm all about, because obviously I took quite a long break from wrestling. So, my reputation wasn't huge. So the whole Mr. Wrestling thing came just, oh no, the fans know what they're about to get themselves into if they're going into a match. And quite frankly, I hadn't met anyone that could out-wrestle me in the ring, and I still haven't. So, the whole Mr. Wrestling thing was basically you're going to be in there with the guy who knows every hold, every reverse, and that's what it is. And the fans grabbed a hold of that and run with it, you know. And they're the ones that made it stick, because when they would see me in the ring, I could back it up. And when I stepped in the ring with Steve Valentino on Independence as well. And, you know, he can say what he wants. I know he said that he heard things about me, and he heard people talking about me and saying how great I was and this and that. But he didn't know what he was getting himself into. I think he took me lightly. He didn't really know what I was about, you know. And he found out when he wrestled me that night. I don't know if you want to get into that, Nathan, or we chat.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have to talk about the promotion. Obviously, it's a promotion outside of CPW, one that me and yourself had the privilege of wrestling for at the time. And it was a show that was only down the road from Steve Valentino. I think that's what he was saying. That's what annoyed him more, is that you were on the show just down the road from him, and you were calling yourself Mr. Wrestling. So he obviously came to the show.
Right there, Nathan. That's the seeds of it. He said it himself. You know, I was booked on shows while he was sitting at home. What does that tell you? You know?
Yeah, exactly. It shows who was the person people wanted to see more, was you at the time. People wanted you there at the time because of, you know, the name you had made yourself in the Midlands at the time. But obviously he got angry. He managed to get himself on the show. And obviously he was the local hero guy, technically, because it was his home turf. And he was adamant he was going to beat you on his home turf. And you beat him fair and square.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think he knew what he was getting himself in for. You know, he heard about me, but like a lot of people didn't underestimate me, you know, because I don't push my reputation out there. I don't brag about myself. And, you know, he probably thought, okay, this guy thinks he's calling himself Mr. Wrestling, I'll show him. And he got a surprise at me, and I'll beat him. And I don't think that sits well with him to this day, you know. He's obviously, look, you know, I ain't gonna come out here and just bury the guy. He's a great wrestler, and you know, I saw him when he the first night he came into CPW, and you know, it was obvious he was just another level. You know, he's a great performer as well as a great in-ring wrestler. But it took me lightly, and you know, just as much as it didn't sit well with him when he beat me, you know, I still had a chip on my shoulder, because quite frankly, it pisses me off when people just take one look at me and think, well, I've never heard of this guy before, I can take it. You know, like I said, I still ain't met a person who can out wrestle me in the ring. You know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I got into wrestling, it was, you know, watching like all the hardcore stuff and that, like, but it was you that like gave me the love of, like, you know, like technical wrestling, real wrestling. You know what I mean? And God told me to watch other people, and yeah, like I have, and it made me love and appreciate that side of things so much more. And yeah, you taught me loads of stuff from that. So and I haven't seen.
That's what Mr. Wrestling is about. You know what I mean? That's what it means to be Mr. Wrestling. You know, it's not like you know, there's been lots of people in the past who've taken on the moniker of Mr. Wrestling. I'm not the first person to call myself Mr. Wrestling. It's you know, it's a tradition within the business when you think you're the best and you can teach anybody a wrestling lesson every time you get in the ring with them. And I felt like that's what I was doing, and the fans could see that. And Steve Valentino found out. That's what happens when you get in the ring with me.
Yeah, and like you say, sorry, go on, Aaron.
You're not just Mr. Wrestling in the ring. I mean, what you've achieved with the superstars, you know, with this massive group of the Cubs, myself, James Cross, that makes you Mr. Wrestling. That's why you've got that tag as Mr. Wrestling, because not only can you do it in the ring, you do it out the ring as well. You know, that's what.
Look, you know, a big part of wrestling for me is about giving back. You know, that's what all the greats do. They give back to the business, and that's what I pride myself on. And obviously, like you said, the CPW Academy is a big part of that. You know, and just as much as in the ring. Look, you know, I was Mr. Wrestling, and it weren't long before I became Mr. Main Event, because I was selling out shows, and I became the main event of all these shows. And again, that's something the fans label me. You know, I've sold out CPW shows. You know, I sold out Mr. Richards, and started out with Rene Dupree. You know, they were turning people away from the building. You know, we had the haters trying to shut us down because we were selling so many tickets. You know what I mean? So, you know, the whole thing with the academy, you know, look, as far as Valentino goes with that, look, that's the thing that really pissed me off with Valentino, talking about how, you know, I'm just sitting at home. I ain't working. Look, you can say what you want about me. Don't ever question my work ethic, you know, because that's bullshit. No one can ever attack that. You know, if I ain't in the ring every single weekend, wrestling and having matches and beating people and defending the lineal heavyweight championship, I was there in the academy every single night, you know, training people, training the next generation of CPW wrestlers. I was, you know, we had the Superstars projects going and they were just rocking them. And, you know, we were just creating a whole new batch of talent. So as far as I was concerned, Steve Valentino was the one sitting on his ass doing fuck all.
But
You know,
what I like to say, what I like to say to you, Will, what would you say about him saying that you weren't quite up to the level that you were at before? What would you say about that?
Well, when I faced him, the second
You said when you faced him and since you lost to him, you haven't been the same.
yeah, look,
That weren't
you know,
Steve.
I know, yeah, I know.
You say that was Steve Valentino said that.
Well, no, Steve Valentino agreed.
Lauren de Winter said that, but Steve didn't argue with the point.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Look, you know, I can sort of, you know, that whole run being the lineal heavyweight championship, I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't burnt out from it. You know, I'd be lying because it was a grueling schedule. CPW was on a schedule like we've never been before. And, you know, as much as I was the guy main event in a lot of those shows and I was carrying the company in terms of being the lineal heavyweight champion, like I said, we had the training academy was rocking like never before. And, you know, there's a lot of superstars, CPW superstars coming through and helping that growth. And we expanded so much within that year. And there was so much pressure on me. Look, of course I'm going to be burnt out. Of course, you know, look, everyone can go back and watch that whole title reign of mine. When I was the lineal heavyweight champion, I had people targeting me all the time. I had a constant target on my back.
Mm-hmm.
I had trainees turning their backs on me, stabbing me in the back. I had, you know, outside talent, independent guys like Steve Valentino, ex-WWE guys like Rene Dupree coming in, trying to take that title away from me. So, of course, you know, there was a lot of pressure. All this is after, you know, that match with Mr. Richards and beating him and stepping up to that level, you know, and I had to just keep it going. So, you know, was I my absolute best? Look, I don't know. Obviously not, because he beat me, you know. And, you know, towards the end of that reign, yeah, I was burnt out. But just as much as I can admit that it burnt me out a little bit, I can, you know, sit here and say confidently that I don't believe anyone else could have cut that schedule apart from me. There's no one else that could have been that consistent in holding up to that standard over such a long period of time. It wasn't just a 2-3 month reign. That was, you know, the records, the longest reign lineal heavyweight championship run ever. You know,
Yeah,
and whoever wants to beat that is going to have a tough task in beating it. So, you know,
I definitely agree with you there, Will. Like you say, anyone, personally, I know this, anyone who wants to step up into that position has big shoes to fill, from Mr. Richards to Will Starr. The shoes are massive. And to keep that level going is tiring. It drains you. I can't lie about it. I know where you're coming from.
That's just the in-ring.
Yeah,
that's just the in-ring.
And this is what I wanted to address a minute ago.
Aaron's already mentioned the academy. You know, that was every single night of the week during the week. You know.
Well, this is what I wanted to say a minute ago when I wanted to address the work ethic thing that he questioned before the other guys asked a question as well. Is even now, when we haven't got in-ring training and we aren't doing as much as we can because of the national lockdown, I know for a fact that we're still doing stuff for the academy, which is still time consuming, but also your Mr. Wrestling knowledge goes back to that stuff as well. Like the amount of stuff that you wanted people to watch or to study for the online sessions we do is also part of that Mr. Wrestling character and that Mr. Wrestling style, because it's that history of wrestling that you carry with you as well to help people to learn and grow.
See,
right.
That's unseen stuff, Nathan. That's the thing. That's the unseen stuff.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. People
might not appreciate that because they're not seeing it, and that's fair enough. But don't talk shit on a podcast about it because you don't know the work I'm putting in.
Will,
and then
you messaged me the other day.
Dave,
hold on. Will, you messaged me the other day, and what did you message me? You messaged me a picture, didn't you?
I shared some wrestling that I was watching that I thought you could benefit from watching as well.
And that's just like, I didn't have to go, Will steps up. He don't have to message people like he does, but he comes at you and says, listen, you need to be watching. And it was Bam Bam Bigelow versus the big Boss Man. Was I right? Am I right in that one? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we had the massive conversation about big men wrestling. Will don't need to do that. Will's his days off is his days off. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't expect Will to do that, but he does that off his own back because he wants all of us to succeed. Yeah. And that's what makes it different.
Well, this is my thing. Like Will said a minute ago about the schedule we had at the time when you were the All Champion. There are people, and I'm going to do quotations for anyone listening and watching. If you don't like what I say, message me privately and I'm going to give a crap. But there are people that could probably say, oh, they were on the same amount of shows as you. They were down the training center as much as you, blah, 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 etc., etc. That is not what you're saying. That's true. But, you know, the fact is, no one, in my opinion, was at that level, was performing at that intensity and that level that you were bringing for those 500 and something days. That is what, you know, you say could burn you out. Is you had to keep this level to at a maximum.
What's wrestling all about at the end of the day? What's it about? It's a business, right? It's about drawing fans in and selling tickets. Look at the business we were doing at the time. And, you know, that goes for any other independent promotion around at that time. You know, all right, you might have been doing a load of shows or, you know, traveling the road, but, you know, you're performing in front of 10 people. We don't do that here in CPW. We fucking sell out. And all the haters knew that, and they were trying to shut us down. So it goes to show it all.
Haters don't like what we do.
Best business in the history of CPW that year.
Oh, yeah, no, it was the most... If I remember right, I believe it was the year.
Meanwhile, Steve Valentino's admitting that he was sitting on his ass at home, hearing stories about me.
True.
You make your own conclusions.
It was the year where I think we had the most bums on seat out of the whole year ever.
Mate, they were trying to shut us down.
I know they were, and they still try and shut us down now. And they can try as much as they like. They never will. They never will because people just get jealous of what we do. That's the fact of it. People get jealous of what we do, and they don't like it. And you know what? Try your best you can. You never succeed. Back onto you, though, Will Starr. There's some...
Well, I know you. But let me just say this: Wrestling Mafia ain't no gimmick. So all those fucking idiots and haters, their time is coming.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking love you, brother. Yes.
Absolutely.
It ain't a gimmick. It ain't a gimmick.
Nah, Wrestling Mafia is not a gimmick. They need to understand that. Anyway, there's some awesome stuff right now being said on YouTube about what you're discussing at the moment, about you, you having the long run and stuff. Sorry, Aaron, I'm just taking this off you. I do apologize.
Mate, I'm lost for words from what Will's saying, man. I'm like ready to go to war.
Dominic has asked a question, and Dominic's obviously your favourite fan. We know this. Dominic's your favourite fan. Dominic's asked a question, honest question, no disrespect. Do you feel like you were a victim of your own success, and did you overstretch yourself?
Victim of my own success?
I think he's linking it to
I
you
would
saying
say
about
that.
burning out.
Well, no, I mean, look, a big part of that was the fact that I had, like I said, the target on my back. I had people, that came from Dominic, right?
Yeah.
That was Dominic. Well, he created the G6, a faction that was built up of a lot of my trainees and guys that I took under my wing. And they're the ones that attacked me nearly every single month or every single week at one point, leaving me laying. And, he convinced George to stab me in the back. I never saw that coming. I never thought that was a possibility. Talk about,
that was one of the biggest
a protege, man.
Seeing George, I mean,
yeah, talk about a protege, man. That's
You seemed like
that's a guy.
you look like his older brother. You know what I mean? That's what you see. You're so similar. And then when that happened, mate, but it was the whole fucking galaxy went up. It was uproar, mate. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I was constantly watching my back. You know, I don't think people have to understand like how the kind of mental effects that has on you. You know, when you have your own proteges turning on you and you know, actually doing you physical harm and coming out to get you, and you know it's happening. You know, and you're wondering who's next. And you know, even when you do have like tag team matches and that, you're wondering, is this guy gonna turn on me and be the next guy to stab me in the back?
Which is what I said. I did say that, Will.
Yeah.
I feel that you are constantly at the moment looking over your shoulder, waiting for that next person that you trust to stab you in the back at the moment.
And that was all because I had that championship bout. You know, it was unprecedented to have
like
that
you
lineal
said,
heavyweight championship bout. And, you know, look, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a tumor brain. It wasn't like, I still held it for a very long time, over a year. So I felt like I dealt with that pressure well. It's not like I buckled under the pressure and I wasn't a victim of it. It's just the fact that, you know, look, there's ups and downs in this business. You're always going to win some and lose some. You know, my time came. That's fair enough. I can accept that. And what do? You dust yourself off and you start again. So that's what I got to do now. You know,
well, it's like you said as well. Like that whole 500 days and stuff. Like you had all sorts of people coming at you, and like you said, trainees stabbed you in the back. Your best friend stabbed you in the back. You know, these are all facts that happened. And like you said, if you're having to look what's in front of you going forward, but also having to look behind you, what's going to come at you from behind, that's double the amount of work. You know what I mean? And how do you expect someone to be on their game 100% if they're watching 360 degrees every time they're going anywhere and doing something? But then that brings us on to it. So we've got up to the point now in this fictional feud that Steve Valentino created his head, this rivalry that Valentino created his head at the time, which has now become a legit heated rivalry, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And recently, thanks to Steve Valentino shooting at Will Starr, we've got to the point where Steve Valentino has come into CPW and he's had his first match, and then he's gone on to wrestle you, and obviously he wrestles you, and he's come into your house as at the time. It wasn't for the title, but he came into your house, and then he beat you in your house. He came in, he beat you. That obviously didn't sit with you, I guess, at the time. How have you dealt with that when that happened? And obviously now that he said all the stuff he said, has that sort of made you think about what happened back then as well?
well, I ain't gonna lie, like it has played on my mind. Like, you know, it did piss me off because look, it wasn't for the title, and why wasn't it for the lineal heavyweight championship? Because he wasn't around in CPW long enough to prove himself to be a contender for that title, you know. And, you know, you guys can go back to the first podcast, and one of the main things I said when we were talking about, you know, things like who's a CPW legend and, you know, who holds the most credibility with me. And I always say longevity in wrestling is key, and especially in CPW. You know, he doesn't have that in CPW. You know, look, okay, he had one match and then he targeted me. So he came in specifically to target me because he wanted the best. And I wasn't no stranger to that, and I'm still not. I've still got people doing it now, trying to call me out, and that's fine. I'm used to it. But what did he do after that? He got his win over me, and then he ran. Has anyone seen him since? And he's talking about me sitting at home, sitting on my ass. Like, he's the one not doing fuck all since then. Like, he could have, after he beat me, he could have asked for a lineal heavyweight championship match. He could have asked for a rematch. And I probably would have gave it to him because he beat me. And I would have said, fair enough. I would have shook his hand and said, you know what, you beat me once, do it again for the title. But he didn't. Why is that? Why is that? Again, you guys make your own conclusions. Did he go after the heavyweight title?
Pirate.
Did he even go after this Galaxy title?
No, he was never seen again.
He got his win and he ran. And no one's seen him since this podcast that I did a few weeks ago.
Well, it's like he had it's like, you look at it this way, it's like he had like a personal vendetta against you, and he only came in to beat you, and he beat you. He was like, right, I'm running now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And then it suddenly occurred to him that it's actually 1-1, one victory to you and one victory to him. That means it's not over with. But I've just been mentioned something.
You heard it on the podcast, boys. Go back and listen to the podcast. He said, "Well, I got my win back, and I can just run now. I got the last."
Yeah, no,
win.
I know he said that.
But like you said, it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
How did it make you feel though? Because obviously, I'm not trying to obviously stir the pot here, but obviously the show was CPW versus the world. Okay, that was the show that the match was on, and obviously at the time, you being the linear champion, you're technically Mr. CPW. You're the man that represents CPW. You know, we've got all our boys and girls on that night fighting all sorts of different people from outside of CPW, dream matches, shall we say. And obviously, you've got this awesome match with Steve Valentino, and you're representing CPW, he's representing the world. And obviously, he beat you. Did you also feel at a time like that impacted you in the fact like you were the guy representing CPW, you're Mr. CPW, and you let them down because you lost on this show that was CPW versus the world?
Well, yeah, of course. You know, at that time, especially as the lineal heavyweight champion, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to win every match. And yeah, like you said, it was CPW versus the world. And I did let the Galaxy down because I lost. You know, that's a fact. But at the same time, you know, it wasn't for the belt. I still had that title. And I feel like that was the most important thing to me at that time. That was representing the company, you know. Look, you know, that was one loss. And like, you know, like I said, fair enough. If you would have come back and asked me for a rematch, I probably would have gave it to him. You know, if CPW management, you know, saw him fit to contend for the lineal championship, which that's another question. Because again, to go for that championship, you can't just be anybody. You can't just come in and out, dip in and out of CPW whenever you feel like it. You got to stick around. You got to show some loyalty, and you got to earn. Just to be in the top 10 in the power rankings of that championship, that specific title. But yeah, obviously, you know, losing on an event like that, of course, you know, I felt like I let the Galaxy down. But I still felt like I was, you know, head of face of the company because of that championship, and I still went on to defend that championship. You know, wasn't long after that I beat Morris at the Xmas Bash. You know, and like I said, that was just one loss. I carried that. I did keep that momentum going as the champion. I still continued to represent not only the promotion but the fans, the Galaxy, as best I could. After that, you know, and that's a mental strength in itself. You know, that felt like a victory to me to be able to sort of bounce back and keep going.
Your whole run, you didn't have many losses, really. You know, you were pretty much undefeated, maybe, like you say, maybe there'd probably a handful of losses, maybe not even more than 5 in your whole time that you had that championship across everything, you know, title matches.
I lost the heavyweight championship to Kevin, and that's about it, I think.
And then, obviously,
sorry,
the night...
You're loyal to the CPW Galaxy, you know, but they're just as loyal to you. I mean, aside from Mr. Richards, like the love and fucking excitement I see when your music gets played. Like, obviously, during my injury, I spent a lot of the time on the commentary table and just watching and feeling the fucking excitement from the Galaxy when they heard your music. It was honestly only rivaled by Mr. Richards' music, and that's got to feel pretty special, man.
Yeah, look, and that's something as well that Valentino himself touched on. You know, he admitted that himself. He felt that love from the Galaxy, and you can hear it. Go back and listen to his podcast. You know, he basically admits that he regrets turning on the Galaxy. You know, he felt that love from them, and he felt bad that they turned on him the minute he attacked me and punched me in the back of the head. You know, so again, that's, you know, you can listen to it and listen to it in his voice.
This is a credit to Steve Valentino, and the fact is, when Steve Valentino got announced that he was coming to CPW, there was a big buzz about it. You know, as you say, you won't shit on the guy. You won't discredit the guy and stuff, because there is a form of like kind of respect there. Like
Yeah.
I will give Steve Antino respect, is that he's made a name for himself in the Midlands, around the areas, and and like I say, he's a very popular person with a lot of fans wherever he goes, because of how he performs in the ring. And obviously, when it got announced that Valentino was coming to CPW, there was a big buzz about it. Everyone was happy to see the captain. People were excited to see the captain. He came out, they loved him, and then, like you said, he turned his back on him. And like he said on the podcast, he felt that love and he felt bad for it. He admitted he even felt bad when he turned his back on him. But as he said, it was about business, and the business wasn't with the fans, the business was with you. So let's address the points now then from the last podcast. Steve Valentino goes on to say that obviously he wants one more match to prove who is the best out of you two, which is the only fair thing to do. Now, people have said, is there going to be a stipulation on the match? Is there a best way to do this? You know, should it be like a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is sometimes the perfect way to judge something of this? Is it one of the matches that I would love to see you in? Is it a 60-man Iron Minute match or whatever? You know, is it like one of those matches where like go all out then? Give it who's the best after 60 minutes? Who gets the most pinfalls in 60 minutes? You know, is it that kind of match? When he called you out for one more match and said, look, I want one more match, how did that make you feel? Obviously, that light a fire out under your ass and say, you know what, I want him one more time. And what would we see what kind of match would you like?
Well, as far as how did it make me feel, it made me think, well, where has he been since he beat me? Because look, you know, you want to talk about avenging a loss. Yeah, I'd like to avenge that loss, but he hasn't stuck around. Like I said, he ran away as soon as he got his loss. You know, CPW Galaxy haven't seen him since, you know. So, but in terms of like what type of match, what stipulation, if it was to happen again, look, Mr. Wrestling. I'll wrestle him in any kind of match. You know, 2 out of 3 falls, Iron Man, doesn't matter to me. You know, like I said, he ain't gonna out wrestle me. I believe I'm the better wrestler still. You know, I know you guys was talking about I'm not the same Will Starr and all this. Well, we'll see. You know.
So, do you think this is
I
like?
don't see any of you guys out wrestling me either. So,
no, I mean, I'll beat you, but that's different.
Whoa.
Different point.
Can we just stop it? I just want to address something.
Hang on. He knows I love him. He knows I love him. Okay. Anyway, I was actually about to say something. Go on, Aaron.
I just want to address something here. I never thought I'd see in my life is Dominic De Winter saying that this Will Starr he's seeing now is a Will Starr he could get behind.
What?
Wait a minute. So it's basically he's cheering on this Will Starr now, is he?
Yes.
Wow.
Wait. But when you say get behind, what do you mean?
Yeah, not like that sort of get behind. No one gets behind Will Starr. Will Starr gets behind them.
I heard.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
he's the frigging Lizard King.
This is a secret, though. I heard Russell Harwood got behind a few times.
Oh, come on.
You wish. You fucking wish.
Anyway,
wish,
no,
mate.
I actually wanted to bring up a fair point, Will Starr. You're right. There is probably no one here that can out wrestle you. That's a fact. I'm not going to argue that. But there's a lot of people that say that since you lost the title, since that night and stuff, that you are a slightly different Will Starr, or you seem to not be the same version of Will Starr that we saw through your long reign as a champion. My question for you, though, is, do you agree with that statement? Do you agree with what's been said about you?
Who's gone?
No, he's coming back. Oh, no.
So what you done, Nathan? So what you done?
Yeah.
Talk about beating him. He's gone now.
Did you hear what I said, Will? Sorry.
no, you turned me off.
Sorry, I did turn you off. Sorry. I said I say it. Obviously, a lot of people questioning since you lost the championship that we haven't seen the same Will Starr that we did when you were the lineal champion. My question for you though is: Do you agree with that statement? What people say about you, or what's your opinion on what people have said about you and stuff?
Who's saying that about me?
Huh?
That's what we'll say.
I don't know the names, mate. I've just got to pass the messages on. I don't know the names.
Yeah,
You know,
I've got the name.
I've heard in the Dominic de Winter's one of them. But like,
he goes by the name of Nathan.
You've lost a few matches, more matches since then as well, which is unlike you as well. You know, there are people do think that maybe Will Starr got affected by losing the Illinois Heavyweight Champion. My question is for you, though, if there are people saying that, or that is what's being said out there, do you agree with it, or do you just think it's people trying to make a cover up because they can't step up to your level?
Well, look, I admit earlier that that total reign did take a lot out of me, and I did feel the pressure of that, and that's going to have effects on anybody, Look, like I said, you just once you lose that championship and you suffer a loss the same way that I did, all you can do is kind of start again. Dust yourself off, and you're ready to climb that ladder again. Look, Valentino, he's sparked my interest. I mean, if he wanted my attention, well, now he's got it. It's just about like Lee. I heard Lee say earlier. Look, maybe I just need someone to piss me off. Well, Valentino has definitely done that. So if he wants to throw his hat back in there and actually turn up to a CPW show, well, then he can face me, and we'll find out if the Will Starr is back to his best or not.
Fair point.
So,
hold on a second, Dale. Dale, sorry. I'm just gonna I want to address something that's on the YouTube page, and it's obviously Dominic de Winter again. He's put a lovely comment, obviously you heard earlier. So Dominic de Winter's carried on by saying, "I wonder if it's just if it's the confidence or the JD that's giving him the brass balls." Then he goes on to say, "My only sadness comes from the knowledge that it won't last. It's a flash in the pan. It's all too common with Will Starr. Sober up. Regrets giving the Galaxy false hopes again." I'm gonna address this, Will, on your behalf. Dominic, if you think that Will Starr is only giving it the big because he's had a few JDs, what I suggest you do is get onto Country Pro Wrestling, and I'm sure Will Starr could do with a warm-up match where he kicks your ass from corner to corner, because I would pay for that. I would pay for seeing that shit and see your ass get kicked. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
sorry, got a bit worked up there.
I'll address it now. I'll address Dominic de Winter now.
He's getting shot twice here, mate. Twice in the kneecaps.
It's nice that he's not actually on the podcast when I'm on here, first of all. And as far as, I'm always drinking the JD. That doesn't change. So it ain't that's giving me confidence. And the only thing that's common is Dominic having to surround himself with a bunch of fucking jobbers to try and beat me and take me down.
Oh,
I'll drink to that. I will drink to that.
Story with Dominic de Winter's the same old story. He has to try and create some faction because he ain't got no balls himself to get in the ring and fight or train to be a wrestler and fight his own battle. So he gets a bunch of fucking jobbers to do it for him. And who do they go after? The top guy, Will Starr. Even when I ain't got a bout, he's getting some guy with a mask who can't speak English or don't know fuck all in a wrestling ring to try and take me down. What happened to him?
You're right. He can't deny.
He got
From
beat as well.
From G6.
Dominic de Winter, jump on the podcast with me or shut your mouth.
Oh,
there you go.
Anybody, like, we can't deny it. G6 jumped in, and then Apollo Vela joined De Winter's stable, and ever since then he's been going after. Is it De Winter?
Apollo Vela, I forgot his name, to be honest with you.
Can I just say,
has to jump on my back to try and get over, but it still ain't happened.
No, is it
still
De
waiting for
Winter?
it.
is it Dominic De Winter that has the trouble with Will Starr and not these other guys themselves? Are they just being forced to do it? And is it just Dominic De Winter just like pulling the strings, thinking he's some sort of fat Lex Luthor, you know what I mean? Or what's going on?
I mean, Lee, you can't comment too much. You used to be one of those guys in joining Dominic De Winter, mate. Used to be one of those jobbers.
When I joined the Fallen, when I was in the Fallen, Dominic De Winter had fuck all to do with them. I have never once been aligned with Dominic De Winter. So Nathan,
to be fair, Nathan, Nathan hit on something interesting there because, you know, Lee, you had just started in the wrestling business when you were in the Fallen, and Dominic De Winter was your manager. You know, that's a common thread too. That's the common thread. You know, who does he manipulate? The people very young in the business.
The business. Yeah.
And in this generation, you know, those guys are my proteges. You know, so you know, Dominic De Winter targeting me, that's a very personal thing because he takes these guys fresh out of my academy, manipulates them, twists it, confuses them, uses their naivety of the wrestling business and turns it against their mentor, their own trainer, just because, you know, I'm in the main events, I'm holding the top championships. You know,
I will say De Winter wasn't the leader of the Fallen when I joined. I was brought in by Tomby and Danny. De Winter had already been fired off because they'd all realised how much of a ball bag he was. So, you know what I mean?
I was just about to say, Wes has asked a question about, didn't you train some of these jobbers? I can answer that question. These people that we referred to as jobbers were trained by Will Starr, but after they joined Dominic De Winter poisoned them and they stopped listening to Will Starr, and that's why they became jobbers, because they stopped listening to their sensei. That's the only reason why that happened, if Wes wants to know the truth.
We've been talking
about him. I'll never go with that dick.
No, I mean, outside of here, you've been with him, ain't you?
No. What are you on about?
In the car park.
Shut up, you mug. Shut up, you mug. We've got a really good question. Obviously, we're going to come back to Steve Antino in a minute, but I think we need to.
Let's get on to
bring this temperature down a little bit. The temperature's got hot in here, and I don't want to turn to Nelly and start taking all my clothes off.
Nobody wants to see that.
So, Commentary Pro Wrestling asked a question, which I think is a really good question. Sorry, Alan, I'm stealing your job again.
Yeah, mate, I'm lost, mate. I'm just in awe of Will.
What does Will think about the current set of champions in CPW? Why is she shooting at people? Let's shoot at everyone. What do you think of the current set of champions in CPW?
The current set of champions?
Yeah, so the people holding the belt.
Well, go down the list.
Cleo for a start.
Yeah, let's start
at the top then. At the top,
CPW Lineal Heavyweight Champion Cleo.
Start top.
Look, you know, Cleo beat me in the main event of history. So how can anyone not respect Cleo and what Cleo is doing? But again, look, you know, we'll have to see, you know, how long that reign lasts, and what Cleo does for that championship. You know, obviously, I felt like I set the standard very high, and it's about maintaining that standard and maybe taking it to new heights, which is, you know, yet to be seen. So let's see how that works out. That's all I got to say about Cleo.
Okay.
No,
that's fair. Wait, say
rematch as well. By the way, still ain't got a rematch for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I felt you got a slice of revenge in the Galaxy Trophy though. Slice of revenge.
Yeah, exactly. What happened there, Dale? What happened?
Exactly.
Will Starr beat Cleo in the Axeman Trophy tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Will.
So again, it comes back to, you know, beat me once, but do it again. You know, you can beat me once, do it again.
Fair point.
Will, where you say you ain't had a rematch yet, do you think that's Cleo running scared?
You tell me.
Yeah, someone tell me as well, please.
I'll beat him in the
Well,
Axeman Trophy. So
Cleo, I mean, as creepy as he is and as scary as little Susie is, Cleo shouldn't have that kind of pull within CPW management. Cleo shouldn't say when he defends that title. It should be the boss, the management that decides when he defends that title. And yes, Will Starr's right. He is owed a title.
CPW management decides when you defend that title and who's in place to challenge for that title. We've been talking about my reign and how long it was, how great it was, how many tickets I sold, how many times I sold out, and I haven't got a rematch. So
I think
so management answer me that.
We'll see if management answers that question. We'll find out. It's a question about Cleo being scared. I don't think Cleo's scared. I think if you listen to what Cleo says all the time, it's about this master plan, and I'm guessing the master plan just doesn't involve Will Starr. In the sense of,
because again, someone's got a quick win over me and they've run. They've not given me a rematch, and management obviously hasn't seen it fit to give me that rematch.
But I think CPW history states that there aren't like rematch clauses all the time in CPW.
No, but the guy who's championship for over a year.
Oh yeah, I get that point. I get your point there. Like out of respect
that Will Starr's got for holding that title should guarantee him a rematch. Now there's master.
It's not in the master plan. It's not in the master plan.
It's not in the master plan. What I hear. Right,
Cleo ain't got a master plan.
Dow,
but a master
you've got
plan.
champions.
Let's go on to the next champion. What you talk about? Who are the CPW heavyweight champion, Alex Connors. So what you got to say about him then, Will?
Alex Connors.
I'm joking.
Alex Connors. What to say about him? Well, we've already talked about one guy who surrounds himself with a bunch of minions to get his dirty work for him. Alex Connors ain't too dissimilar. You know, he's pretty much the same as Dominic DeWinter as far as I'm concerned. The only difference is he does actually occasionally get in the ring, and he can back up a lot of what he says. You know, he's been around for CPW. You talk about longevity. He's been around for a while now. He's held many championships and he's got a lot of big wins. So you can't help but respect the guy and what he's done and what he's accomplished. He's got a big mouth. I will say that. I don't know. Look, you know, it seems the only thing I say with Alex Connors, like what pisses me off is it seems like, you know, in CPW, some guy can just announce himself as the general manager and start creating his own matches. I mean, what the fuck is that about?
Question then, Will.
If I knew that shit could go down, I would have announced that on my first fucking day, and I'd be your fucking lineal champ now because I'd be saying fucking, oh, I'm in charge, I'm doing this. If I knew it could go down like that, fucking hell.
Lee, you can't announce your own name.
Yeah, Lee, you can't announce people's names.
I mean, you always told me about 50 different names, you prick. Fuck off.
Will, do you think though, like you said about
hold on a minute. If we're all playing by the Alex Connors rules, I might just go to the ring at the next taping and say, well, Katie, fucking whoever has named me as the general manager for the night, and I've got a lineal heavyweight championship match because that seems to be how things get done around CPW.
But wait, when you talk about Alex Connors and his minions, I mean, you've got to admit that Rage is a good-looking bloke. Not in your standards, but, you know, he's a good-looking bloke.
He's the ugliest fucker I've ever seen.
I said Rage, not you.
Right. Let's carry on with this. Anyway, talking about rematches, though, Will, when you say you lost the heavyweight championship, did you get a rematch for that title? Because I don't think you've got a rematch for that either.
No.
CPW doesn't do rematches. Sorry, it's the rules.
I'm just asking Will, does he think he deserves one?
CPW doesn't do rematches for Will Starr, apparently.
Actually, he's got a point there. I think I've had a few rematches in my time.
Kevin Isaac beat me with the help of G6, basically screwed me over for the heavyweight championship. They had to restart the match with Dominic DeWinter's help. Screwed me out of the heavyweight championship. and then he gets some injury and loses his heavyweight title in about 30 seconds at history. And suddenly Will Starr is out of the picture of that championship because I'm too busy defending the lineal heavyweight championship against Rene fucking Dupree. But again, where's my rematch for that? Apparently, CPW doesn't give rematches to Will Starr.
Well, there you go. But apparently they don't. They were talking about champions.
Hang on. Just quickly, Dal.
Go on, mate. Yep.
Everyone watching on YouTube, you've got 10 minutes to vote on the CPW Galaxy page for what song Cat Von Cage is going to be singing at half 10. So get your votes in. 10 minutes left. Dal, carry on. Sorry.
Anyway, we should talk about champions. So the next Gen Heavyweight champion currently is Taco. So what are you going to say about Taco?
Taco.
How can you not love Taco? Everybody loves Taco.
Yes.
Everyone likes tacos. Yes, they do.
We can see that later.
No, we were talking about the wrestler, not the food. Fuck's sake.
Is that all we got? Is that all we got to say on that one then, Will?
Well, look, he's Taco's making a name for himself, man. Fair play to him. I've got no problem with that.
We love Taco. He's a great guy.
Yeah, Taco.
Everybody
Definitely.
loves Taco.
Everyone loves Taco.
I haven't heard him speak much English, but fair play to the kid.
Well, sorry, Dal. I need to stop you.
Yes, mate. Go.
Seen that, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to address this because it was about the rematch. Commentary Pro Wrestlers have answered the question, well, why you never got a rematch? And you need to brace yourself for what's about to be said. There has been no rematch because I looked in his eyes after History 7 and I never saw the same warrior that I saw previously.
Oh.
Will needed to go away and rediscover himself and refine what made him the chosen one. I saved him from falling into oblivion because he would have lost the rematch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
Go there, Will. Get off on that one. Off you go.
I'm sorry, but that's a cop-up. That's just, that's just assuming I'm not saying Will Starr and just saying, I won't give him the rematch because he don't look the same. That's bullshit. I'm calling it bullshit on that.
To be fair,
give me the rematch and then find out.
Bro, after that long of a reign, how could you when they looked at you in the eyes after that long of a reign, losing the title then, in that instant, how could you be the same? But then you pick yourself up, you carry on, don't you? But in that second, how could you, after that fucking long, man, how could you be the same? Yeah.
There you go.
Well, let's get back to these champions then, Dal. Who's the next champion to get shots fired by Will Starr?
Well, let's go with the Academy champion, who is currently Triple M.
Martin Morgan Morris. Yes, Martin Morgan Morris.
Morgan Morris. Oh, we got one of your protégés.
Yeah, again, look, a kid who's making a name for himself. The progress that Martin Morgan has made, man, is crazy, and you can't deny it. You talk about work ethic, someone who just picks themselves up and keeps going. That's Triple M, man. And he deserves that championship. You can't say anything else but that.
Wow, I completely agree with that. Getting to see him each week at the academy and keep stepping up and keep improving and never give up attitude. It's amazing to see. And when he won that title, I believe on his birthday as well, it was so well deserved. And you could see so much pride and emotion in that young lad when he won that title, and it was well deserved, and it was fair play to Martin Morgan Morris, and it's still big congratulations. It was lovely to see.
Everyone
it was so emotional.
Holding that title, everybody backstage, and I guarantee every motherfucker, I don't care how big heel you are, everyone had a little tear in their eye when they saw that. That was a beautiful moment.
Can I just before you carry on, Dale, I'll say, because we've got Morris online, the natural born killer.
Right.
Can I just say something? He's giving it all this again. And it's funny that when Natural Born Killer leaves the family, that they've got two champions in it, and he's not one of them. Just going to put that out correct. Ooh, just going to sit back and enjoy that one, Morris. Enjoy that one.
Yeah. What's the next champion then, Dale?
Well, we'll carry on with the champions then, Will. So let's get on to the women, shall we? We'll get on to the linear women's champion, Kiara. What would you have to say about her?
Kiara, she's another one that's just come in and just dedicated herself to CPW and really given everything to the CPW Galaxy. And not a lot of people knew much about her when she first came in, but she's worked hard. She's got her head down, and she's really dedicated herself to giving the Galaxy everything she's got. I've got a lot of time for Kiara because she's put that effort in. And you can see she really cares about CPW. And again, that's something that's going to get more respect as someone who's, takes a lot of pride in the promotion and the direction of the promotion. And, all the trainees, but obviously the outsiders who aren't sort of born and bred CPW, but they still come in and have a passion or gain a passion for CPW and want to fight for it and show loyalty to the Galaxy. You got to give massive respect to anyone who does that. And I think Kiara's done that. And it's shown by, the fact that she's reaping awards now. She's a champion, So fair play.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Who's next,
Will?
Dale?
Right, again, another one of your proteges, the CPW women's champion, Shorty.
Shorty. Yeah, man. I mean, I remember when she first started training and she just looked so lost and she didn't know what she was doing or, how long it was going to last. And but you can see the potential right away. She just needs to dedicate herself to it and really knuckle down. And, again, another one that's shown so much progression. And it just shows that, how much hard work pays off. And, again, very very passionate about the Galaxy and representing the CPW Galaxy. And, she's the champion now, but she's still got a lot more improvements to make. She's still got a long way to go. So the fact that she's a champion now in this sort of at this stage of her career, it means that there's a lot more to come. She's got a lot more championships to go. She's just got to keep going. And it's one thing getting there, but it's another thing staying there at the top. So that's going to be her challenge now, and that's what the CPW Galaxy, they're going to find out what she's really made of when it comes to defending that championship. Because speaking from experience, that's the real test. You can get a win off of anybody on any given day. That's wrestling. You can pick up your quick wins here and there, and sometimes some nights that's for a championship. But it's about keeping that consistency, keeping that hard work, maintaining that level of hard work, so to make sure you stay at the top, make sure you stay a champion. I have confidence in her. I think she'll do it. I'm rooting for her, and I'm expecting her to become a CPW legend. But it's all on her. As a trainer, we can only do so much. We can give these people the tools and the environment to thrive, but then it's up to them to really take it and take everything on board and keep their heads straight and dedicate themselves to it, which I think Shorty will. She seems to have a good head on her, but we'll find out. She's, like I say, she's just got to keep going.
Right. Okay. Right. We'll go on to the next one. Actually, there were championships that you formerly held, the CPW Tag Team Championships, who the champions are Team Madness.
Be kind,
what do you got to say about them?
Team Madness,
bunch of alcoholics.
Larry Smith and Eli Connors.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean either.
Good luck.
Likewise.
You're a good man.
What do you think then, Will?
Yeah, look, talk about a connection with the Galaxy. That's what Team Madness have got, They just, the Galaxy love seeing them. And it's always fun. You never know what you're going to get with Team Madness because, that's why they have that name, Team Madness. But the Galaxy love them. You can't blame them, man. They're just look. Sometimes I'm not one for going to the ring and just having a laugh with your mates and having a joke around. You gotta get serious. Team Madness, they could do that a bit more often, in my opinion. I like to see them get a little bit more serious sometimes, but look, that's what they're all about, and fair play to them. They're tag team champions, so they're
Now
there
we
for
know
a
you're not
reason.
into serious, Will, when you wouldn't participate in the musical chairs.
Yes.
Hey, the famous.
I'm not quite sure if Will was a willing participant there, Will. I don't
I
think he
remember
was.
I was in the crowd, and I remember looking at Will, and Will saying the words, "I'm not fucking doing this."
Look, ladies and gentlemen, the true fact is, Will only dance for one man and one man only, and that's Russell Harwood.
Oh, here we go.
I knew you were going to say that.
We would have to go back to Russell Harwood. And that brings me to a question, actually.
Yep.
From our good friend Dominic DeWinter. Sorry.
Okay. Done it Alex Kennedy.
And it's Will. He says, do you think that spending time dicking around dancing what's he say? In silk shirts with a wannabe Babe Station host was detrimental to your career and added to your eventual fall into your near obscurity? And then he's added, I mean your tag team partner, not your real life partner. No, I think that's
Oh shit! I'm sorry, bro. Before you answer that, before you get into how under fucking handed that was, out of all of you now, who the fuck of you would not want to be a Babe Station host? Don't lie to me. You want it. You want it. But no.
Lee, if you were a Babe Station host, I would be in debt now.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, guys. Wait. Let me address him then. Let me address it. First of all, let's put it to the live chat, right? Who do you think would win in a wrestling match or in a fight, a street fight? Dominic DeWinter or Lauren Starr?
Lawrence every day of the week.
Lauren every day of the week.
We already know who would win that, yeah? So unless he wants to step in the ring and have that match, he needs to shit his mouth.
She's there shouting. We can hear it about.
Right.
Second of all, as far as dancing around in a silk shirt on my tag team. No, we were the tag team champions. Look, when the time was to be serious, we got serious and we won matches. We had some big matches and we faced Merseyside Murder Squad, so we could get the job done in the ring. And as far as like dancing around in silk shirts, look, anyone who knows me really knows the real Will Starr. That's what I was like every single night after the matches. Nathan knows that. He can back me up on that. That's what was really going on behind the scenes. So we were just bringing the nightclub to the shows, man. And,
like you said there as well. Like when the bell rang, we did business happen. You know what I mean? So as much as this is what goes to say about you guys. But this is what goes to say about you and Team Madness. It's all good about having the fun, and we love having the fun all the time. But sometimes you might need to just get a bit more serious, so you might be able to get the job done every time. Because if you keep the fun, one day you might not get a job done.
We've got the job done the last 6 times, so don't worry about that, Don't you worry about that. If you and little Susie want to come for it, don't you worry. All right, it don't matter. But all I'm saying, is yes, I agree with you, and you did, And I loved your entrance. That fucking music, a bit of Prince playing, man. It was beautiful. It was a bit sexy. It was great. But you did. And aside from Merseyside Mercenary Squad, who, are the longest reigning tag champs, and they were fucking incredible. I look at you guys as people to look up to, as tag champs, because I want me and Eli to hold them for fucking time. Yeah. But, you've got to look at the best. And I do look at you guys because you two work well together. And what I noticed with you two is it's got to take a friendship to work well together. It's got to take a true friendship. And you two did have that. I mean, I'm not sure now, but you did have that. And that's something it can't just be someone you thrust together with. It's got to be a friend.
That's a good point. We're going to get sidetracked and talk about tag team wrestling for a minute. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I love tag team wrestling. you know, and I try and teach it in the academy, trying so we can sort of build and grow our own tag teams in CPW. It's something I feel very strongly about, and I have tried to play my part in building a tag team division. And you're right, Lee. You know, the most important thing is to have that connection, that friendship outside of the ring. You know, a lot of people in wrestling try and just throw tag teams together. And, you know, a lot of guys will just look around locker room and say, well, that's a good wrestler. I'll team up with him. But you can never guarantee that chemistry unless you're friends outside of the ring. And, you know, you've been in different tag teams. So, you know, it's about traveling together. It's about
me and Aaron,
talking
we
together.
have that friendship. I love Aaron. I still love Aaron. And Aaron, you know, I'm sorry, brother, I got injured. All right, we did have that friendship, but he stabbed me in the back. We're not going to get into that right now because this is about.
Do you know what though, Lee? You're saying that, and Will, what you said is true. I mean, I love when we get to the training centre and you'll go, should we do some tag team training? I'm like, yes, let's fucking do it. You know, I love tag team wrestling. I love it. But I remember Tomby saying to me once in the locker room that he watched something about tag team, and he was saying how tag teams are not just their partners but their best mates out of it. They can have a joke, they're always got each other's back, they take the piss out of each other and others. And he says, and that's what you and Lee's got. And I admit, I was like, yeah, fuck me and Lee are like best mates, you know. We go out for meals together, just me and Lee, you know, fuck the rest of them, just me and Lee, you know what I mean? So I love tag team wrestling, but you are right, you can't just throw two people together and go, oh, there's your tag team. Because they've got a fucking jar. They've got to have something about each other. You know. Well,
look at what, you know. We talked earlier about Dominic De Winter's factions. Look at what happens to his factions. He just picks a load of naive guys fresh out of wrestling school, tries to put them all together, and it doesn't last. You know, the chemistry isn't there. They don't have each other's back in the same way that Leighton Sims and Eli would. You know, and that's why the Galaxy get behind those guys. And they reject others, you know, because it's about mental strength with the tag team. You know, are you going to have that person's back when they take a pinfall and lose the match for you? You know, you only do that when that person's your best friend, and you know they'd have your back the same way. You know, so that's where you know, even if you lose 2-3 matches on the bounce, are you going to stick together? Are you going to carry on having that same faith in each other? Are you still going to hang out with each other after the shows? Are you still going to message each other about ideas for tag team moves and all the rest of it? You know, are you going to go out and, you know, invest in wrestling gear that matches because you want to look the part, you know, and you got the same ideas in mind, you know, you got the same vision. So that's what tag team wrestling is about more than the in-ring stuff, you know. And they're the tag teams that last. They're the tag teams that become champions, like Team Madness are.
Now, I just want to go back a minute, Will. I know we're going forward, but I need to go back to the Lauren situation because it's really wound me up a little bit, to tell you the truth. Because Lauren is from my home village, yeah? So, Dominic De Winter, you don't fuck with a Rytonian girl, brother. Listen, we are bred differently in this village, yeah? Right? He will fuck you up in your nightmares, mate, let alone in the ring, yeah? So don't call Lauren out, man, because you're not just calling Lauren out. You're not just calling Will Starr out, mate. You're calling the whole fucking village out, mate. And I'm telling you what, we'll make you the fucking village idiot.
How many people's in that village, bro? You got about 40 people there and about 2 sheep.
Man, there's 50 actually.
And 5 sheep, motherfucker. Sorry.
But you don't mess with a Rytonian. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not stepping up, mate. I'm not stepping up. I'm sorry.
No, let's not do it. Let's not go there.
Don't we, Lauren?
Okay.
They breed us different in this village.
Oh, yeah, we do. We're all fucking hard on that.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Will. I just had to get that out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special guest tonight as well, Lauren Starr in the background.
But I've also got pictures of Lauren when she's in a little a Ryton book. So if anyone wants to see that picture, I've got it.
I was worried where you're going then. I've got pictures of her in a little...
I was worried. I was really worried.
Listen,
What's
if we're talking
happening,
about
bro?
partners, The only partner I have love for is Zoe. All right, she's the only one I take out for meals.
My mum just came. My mum just came in and gave me a new drink. I'm well happy.
Yeah, I took Zoe out for a meal last week. Lee, you missed
talking,
it.
We're talking about partners, and Nathan comes in talking about his mom. What's going on?
Hey, if you want, I can get.
Let's say hello.
If you want, I can get my mum on podcast right now.
Yeah, get her on.
Get her on. You can get off.
Well, can I just say the best time I've had with you outside of CPW was the trip to Wales, and I thank you for that because it was the best crack I've ever had on a minibus. It really was.
You shouldn't smoke crack on a minibus, mate. I promise you that.
Will bought it, you know what I mean? And he's my sensei, you know what I mean? But you made it fun from start to finish, and the stories you told me, I will never forget.
Yeah, well, if you want me to repeat them on a podcast, it's not happening.
No, they're up there, mate. They're up there. You worry.
Right. So shall we get back to the CPW champions?
I went to see Nathan's mum. I want to see if Nathan's mum's fit.
Right, let's get back. Let's get to the CPW Galaxy champion, Morgan Black. Then, Will, come on, then. What do you think about Morgan Black?
Morgan Black, he's another guy that has a real connection with the CPW Galaxy, and I think everyone's seen that lately. He's really applied himself to CPW. If he won that off of Alex Connors at History, am I right?
That's correct.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that. I remember watching that from gorilla position, and he got a huge pop that night. It impressed me, and that was a massive win for him. You know, we all know what Alex Connors has done. Like I said earlier, you know, he's been around for a while. He's one of the top guys at CPW as far as I'm concerned. So Morgan beating him for that championship, that made him a major player in CPW. And I think it's going to take quite a challenge to take that belt off of him. So I'll be looking forward to see what he does next.
Morgan,
Right.
watching, bro.
Before we go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a guest then. Go on in, Mum.
Oh, there he goes.
There she is. Mama Lewis in the house.
Come back. I missed it.
Mama Nation. Mama Nation.
Aaron,
I
you
was
have
gonna
to
say.
Give her out of 10.
You missed it. Come on, come back in.
Come on,
There she is.
that's a no.
Mate, seriously, where'd you get your looks from, Nathan? Because your mum is fit. In fact, can we just swap your mum for you, mate? Because I'd rather look at your mum than you. Someone else with me on this one.
Oh, mate,
wow.
that's killed me.
Wow.
I'm now worried that my dad's going to try and jump in.
Was he fit as well?
Hey! Come on, get your dad in.
Nah, I've got a dog. I've got a dog instead.
Oh, you did say you got a missus?
You got a dog?
What's this?
Wait, I can't see your dog. Where's your dog?
She's here. There she is.
There we go.
No, that dog's too good looking for you as well.
Dylan, hello. Wait, let's see if I can get my dog to say hello. Dylan, say hello.
Mate, stop
Nah, she's
pimping
gone.
your dog out, mate.
She don't like me. She's like every other woman in my life. She doesn't like me.
Yeah, man, actually. Right.
Nathan,
Mate,
you should have got a male dog then.
Oh.
Right. So
a drag queen dog.
So on that note, right. Well, we'll go on to the last but certainly not least. I know one of your protégés, Will. The natural Niall Fairchild, the new blood heavyweight champion. What you got to say?
My dog's making a comeback now.
Yeah. Okay.
Your dogs are cute, like yourself.
Niall Fairchild. Look, he's another protege of mine, and I know he's always said good things about me, and I've got a lot of time for Noel. You know, he's always been very open to advice, and you know, he's one of the shining examples of the CPW Academy, as far as I'm concerned. You know, from day one, is just physically, he's everything you could ask for in a wrestler and in a trainee, but mentally as well. You know, he's always applied himself, and you know, attitude. You know, we've always said this behind the scenes in CPW. Attitude is the most important attribute in wrestling. You know, if you can have all the physical gifts in the world, but if you don't want to, so if you're not open to criticism or advice, and you know, being critiqued, then you ain't going to get anywhere in this business. You know, if you got an ego, you ain't going to make it very far. So Niall is just the opposite of that. You know, he's always been very open to advice, and he's always gone out of his way to thank me. You know, I will say this: every time he wins a championship, every time he gets a big win, he'll go out of his way to message me and thank me, or come down to the academy and privately thank me. So yeah, I got a lot of time and respect for Niall.
I'd also respect the fact like Will is very, very dedicated and everything. He's always willing to learn. His passion for learning is what impresses me the most. Is he always doesn't think he's like the finished product. He can get better and still learn, which I respect a lot of.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, one thing I've always, like, you know, I've read of like, you know, wrestlers or biographies and stuff like that, and they've always said you're never the finished product, and that's, you know, it's something I've always, you know, took on heart. And you're right, he has as well. And I mean, I love working now, and he's a great guy, and he's great to work with. He's just he's an all-round amazing lad.
I agree with you there. I worked with Niall not long ago, and you get some wrestlers like, I'll use my finisher on you. That's it. Where Niall's kind of like, are you okay with that? Are you all right taking that? You know, that's the difference in it. You don't push it on you. He's just kind of like, are you okay with that?
Yeah, you know, I will say this for Niall. You know, I don't want to just say he's everything about him is great. Like if I could give him some advice, you know, sometimes he can be too nice. You know, sometimes he needs to show a bit more of an edge, and you know, yeah, you don't want to have an ego in terms of like being disrespectful or, you know, not taking advice. But sometimes you've got to push the boat out a little bit and really sort of show off what you can do. And
mate, you're 100% right. When I first started, you told me off of this. I just like failed it. A certain person, I won't mention her name, but you know, while I was still really, really new to the business, and he had come into CPW, he was, you know, an old trainer of ours. You probably know from that. And you know, he'd like, from the info we got from the booker, you know, what was supposed to be done with the match, you know, he completely changed it all. And then he told me, he went and spoke to the booker, and I was just like, oh, all right, you know, you're more experienced than me, I should just accept that, you know. And you know, I didn't. And yeah, you can't be too nice in the wrestling business. You've got to be able to stick up for yourself a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of snakes and little rats out there trying to look out for themselves, and sometimes you got to do it back, you know. You know, and I know exactly who you're talking about.
I know who you talk about as well.
When I said about the wrestling mafia being no gimmick, and we got some people to take care of, yeah, I know who you're talking about. We're on the same page. But yeah, look, you know, bringing it back to Niall Fairchild, look, you know, sometimes he can be too nice. Sometimes I do want to see a bit more of an edge to him. Just dig down a little bit deeper and show a bit more aggression, because, you know, even I've had to show that from time to time. And you know, you've got to adapt. You know, that's his test. You know, I like to see him come up against someone who's going to really get that out of him, push him, and test him in that respect.
Where you say that, you know, you've got to be aggression, I have got to admit, getting told off by Will Starr in training is worse than getting told off by my dad.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it? It's fucking bad.
You just want to go home and just hide.
When have I told you off?
Right,
Oh,
I was on the floor and
I got a
and I
list,
was doing,
Will.
you went
I've got a
sleep, and I
list.
laid down and I didn't hear you because I'd hearing problem. And you were like, I said fucking sleep, and I was like, I want to go home now. I want my mum. I want my mum. How do I get out of here?
Not so much me, but I've heard you tell other people off, and I've been like, oh, I don't want that. So I'm being a good boy. I'm being a good boy in lessons.
Hey,
Honestly, I've never been a good boy in lessons.
What
You were the only one who brought that out.
This is me just wanting to blow smoke at Will's ass because I like to sometimes.
It's a bond, yes.
I'll admit this with Will, especially when it comes to training, is Will doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care if you're the newest guy in the room or you're the one that's been in the longest. If he doesn't like what you're doing, or if you do something wrong necessarily, or not necessarily wrong, but if you're misbehaving or distracting the class or not listening, he will pull you up on it. He
big time.
You know, which I respect. You know, he treats everyone the same in that room. If you're under him training and you're there to train and learn off him, you all get treated the same. Like I said, I'll be on the end of it. I've just been distracted a few times because I get distracted with a little butterfly. But you know, I get distracted sometimes, or I do something, and he'll quickly, boom, on me.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like as a trainer, you have to, you know. And look, you know, I've formed friendships, obviously, within the locker room and within wrestling. But if they're going to be in my training class, then there can be no friendship, because then all of a sudden you're sort of showing, you know, you're doing people favors, or you're showing sort of favoritism, and you can't do that as a trainer. You just can't. So I sort of switch off, and you know, I go into like teacher mode, and because that's the only way you can be. You know, you can't show any sort of favoritism, and you know, and it's just, you know, like you say, it doesn't matter how new they are or how long they've been doing it. If they're there in my lesson, then they're there to learn, and they should be willing to learn and accept whatever I say to them. And if they don't, they can fuck off, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got no problem telling them to get out of my rink and don't come back. I don't care who it is. And we, you know, it's been very rare, but on, you know, probably one or two occasions where someone hasn't wanted to, you know, learn from me, or didn't want to take the advice I was giving them. And you know, I've told them to fuck off, and they have, and they won't come back, and they're not welcome. And just the same, you know, what's just as important is that is that you have the backing from, you know, the boss, you know, Mr. Richards. He's always had my back in that sense, and he's always been like, look, this is your class. If you want to tell someone to leave and don't come back, then, you know, I trust you. And that's just as important for me, because that gives me the license to train the way I want to train, and the way I need to train, which is to treat everybody equal. And, you know, and look, if somebody doesn't want to learn off me, then that's fine too. You know, if look, I ain't like gonna say I'm the greatest in the world. You know, there are people better than me. That's fine. And if you want to go to someone else's class, that's fine. You know, but if you're there in the class and you've paid to learn from me, then you should be there ready to learn.
You have to be willing to learn. I mean, Aaron, you're the same as me. Like, we both got into wrestling very late in our lives. So I mean, like, pretty much everybody that's ever trained me, everybody that's ever taught me anything has been younger than me. You know, but I can't let that. You can't let that get to you. Like, these are the people that have been doing this for a lot more years than yourself. So you have to understand it's their years of experience more than their years of life that takes precedence. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I would say this as well, like you say, like the one thing that I've learned recently, you know, being part of the training team and doing the training side of things, is the support and the backing from the boss. And you know, everyone knows me. I'm kind of like the nicey nice guy. I'm friends with everyone. I don't like confrontation or that kind of stuff. And I try and please everyone. And I've had to learn the hard way that I can't be like that, you know. And even you've had to come to me and say, look, these guys aren't going to learn, or they're not going to listen to you or respect you if you don't show authority. And I've had to learn that, and I've only had to learn that from you and from the boss as well, and have to treat everyone the same. I've had to learn that, and I find it difficult sometimes, but I've had to say, like, you might be a friend of mine, but right now, this is my class. This is what I've got to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like what I've just said. You can't show any favoritism at the end of the day, and that's the bottom line of it. And if someone doesn't want to learn, they can leave the class. That's fine. And if they have that attitude, then they ain't going to last in CPW anyway. Because we don't stand for that kind of stuff in CPW. So they're the ones that don't last anyway. The ones that are disrespectful or don't want to take the classes seriously. I feel like a lot of my when I first took over as trainer, I was sort of like changing a lot of the mentality around the guys. There was a lot of people to weed out, to be honest. And I do like weeding people out who aren't serious about wrestling or aren't going to take it seriously and aren't going to respect it. I make sure everyone sort of has certain values.
We've all seen that training, haven't we? When we've all been there. And I mean, again, I'm not going to name any names or anything, but I guarantee each one of us can think of, at least a certain time when we've been there and someone isn't taking the training as seriously and stuff like that. And it's holding everything. And I mean, everybody who's there pays for the training. We want to be there. We want to learn. We want to, and when somebody's there and they're not taking it seriously, or they're just there to. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, I completely agree with you saying. I don't want to cut anyone off. I never want to cut anyone off, but I'm going to cut you off, I'm afraid.
You do.
You're going to do it anyway.
Listen. We'll start. So far, we've got a lot out of you, and there's only one thing left for us to get out of you, which is for you to really answer and respond to Steve Valentino. What I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you time to have a bit of a break because we're almost about time to be joined by Kat Von Cage to sing. Okay?
Yes.
And those who have just joined us, I've just seen that the numbers have just suddenly increased because a lot of the people have just joined us from Kat Von Cage's live stream to join us here on Talking Madness.
Hold on. If they've not been watching us and they've come over to watch Cat Von Cage, do one.
They don't want to see
Aaron, they've come to watch Cat Von Cage.
Then I'm sorry.
Aaron, I'm sorry, they don't want to see us.
What are you on about, mate?
Hey, some people just want to hear the.
And I want to see Kat. I want to hear what Kat's got to sing because that girl has got the fucking voice of an angel.
No, I know that. But I've been here since 7:30 and I'm still waiting for Cat Von Cage. I'm still waiting for Will Starr. I'm not jumping, am I?
Look, end of the day, we're about to be joined by Cat Von Cage. So what we're going to do is let Will gather his thoughts, let Will get prepared to come back here and let us all know what he really wants to say to Steve Valentino, and we can end the show with a bang. And that's the response from Will Starr. So Will Starr, you can obviously, if you want to stay and listen to Kat and stay on, you can. If not, join us again in 15 minutes time, and then we can get the final thoughts of Will Starr for this evening of what he thinks of Steve Valentino. But ladies and gentlemen, it is not long until we're joined by Cat Von Cage, and all night everyone has been voting. Everyone has been voting for the song of choice. Does anyone want to know what song has been chosen?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, I want to know.
You can have to wait until she's arrived on the scene.
Oh, you're keeping me in suspenders. Don't do that to me.
Here we go.
We don't want to see you in suspenders, Lee.
Sorry, why's Will's here? Will, obviously, you know Cat Von Cage from wrestling. Have you had a chance to hear Cat Von Cage sing, and what do you think of her singing?
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay online and listen to her sing right now.
Oh, see that?
Even whisper.
Even the chosen one is actually going to stay with us to witness the amazing voice of Cat Von Cage. Like I said, she's about to join us at 10:30. The song that's been chosen is a song I've heard before and I've listened to before and listened to her sing it. It's an amazing song. So I'm excited to hear her sing. Again, if you are joining us for the first time on Talking Madness or joining us to hear Cat Von Cage, we thank you very much for joining us. And We are
Welcome
excited.
you all.
Lauren Starr's in the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, give us a wave, Lauren. Give us a wave.
Hello, Lauren.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is half
Yes.
10. It is time.
No,
It is time for Cat
sorry.
Von Cage.
No one
Before
wants
you
to sing.
start,
No, I'm not thinking.
Lee,
So,
sorry, but Cat Von Cage is here now, mate. Right, Cat Von Cage, ladies and gentlemen. Give your big round of applause for the one, the only Cat Von Cage.
Yay!
Here she is, yes, Cat Von Cage in the house.
Hi.
So,
Hey!
Cat, how are we doing this
Hello,
evening?
Kat, you okay?
I'm good. Yeah, better now. Hi. Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Kat, are you going to
Kat.
sing Careless Whisper by George
No,
Michael?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm going to
there
sing
you
one
go.
of my own
See you later.
songs.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't spoil us. I'm about to do the big reveal here, Cat. You can't be dropping bombshells on me like that.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and
Come on,
gentlemen,
Kat, don't take his job. I mean, he takes someone else's job. You can't take his job.
exactly. Like I said, we have been voting all night. You, the fans, have been voting on the CPW Galaxy page for the song of choice or for Her to Choose. It was a close race between two songs, just so everyone's aware. In second place, falling short, was Unfaithful by Rihanna. But the song that was chosen by you, the CPW Galaxy, was Cat Von Cage's very own song, Bad Vibes. So, Cat, once again, I'm going to make you the face of Talking Madness tonight.
Okay.
There you are. Now, they can only see your beautiful face. No one else can see us. They can't see us. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you your tonight's performance from Cat Von Cage singing Bad Vibes. Take it away, Cat.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. No. I'm so sorry. It's definitely all. I don't like your vibe. It is not my time. Sorry, sound guys. Gotta get you off my mind. Oh, what can I get you out? You're no good for me, good for me. We are ancient history, history. But I wonder if you think of me, think of me. Got it over there with your bad vibes. With your bad vibes, bad vibes. Glad that I could hold tight, hold tight. Your cheating made me realize, realize. You're just giving bad vibes. You are not my type. I know what you like. You will never change. That's what it's straight. You're no good for me, good for me. We are ancient history, history. But I wonder if you think of me, think of me. Over there with your bad vibes. With your bad vibes, bad vibes. Glad that I could hold tight, hold tight. Your cheating made me realize, realize. You're just giving bad vibes. You had a reputation, should have been confirmation that you were just a wrongin'. Never should have begun. You're no good for me, good for me. We are ancient history, history. But I wonder if you think of me, think of me. Over there with your bad vibes. With your bad vibes, bad vibes. Glad that I could hold tight, hold tight. Your cheating made me realize, realize. You're just giving bad vibes. You're no good for me, good for me. We are ancient history, history. But I wonder if you think of me, think of me. Over there with your bad vibes, with your bad vibes. Glad that I could hold tight. Your cheating made me realize. You're just giving bad vibes. Yes, thanks, guys. Oh my God, the sound at the beginning. I'm so sorry. Jesus wept.
Who's that about, Kat?
What was it about? Oh, it was about an ex-boyfriend. He is a wrestler, actually. I'm not gonna name names, but yeah.
Wow, we'll leave that one there.
So yeah, thanks for choosing that. The other one, the one that came like second. I got a funny story about that one from tonight, actually. So I love that song, and I was singing it on my live, and UMG blocked my live. Literally just cancelled it. I was like,
we're sorry to hear that. As you know here, the boss is the gospel of truth. Whatever the boss says goes, in theory. We've actually had a request that, obviously, if your live stream got stopped, we apologise for that. What we would like you to do tonight is actually sing Unfaithful as well for us, if you'd like to do that.
oh, would you?
Go on, why not?
Yes. Who's going to block
what
us?
if you
Yes,
get
please.
cancelled like I did, though?
Listen,
like my
hey,
video literally got
Kat.
cancelled.
Kat,
This is
I always
commentary pro
say-
wrestling. We've been trying to be cancelled on many a times, and they've never done it
And
before.
they keep, and they
do it
fail.
again.
They fail every time.
You can't
true.
muted.
you can't sue
Lee, you're
somebody that
muted.
ain't got fuck all. That's what I always say. You can't sue someone that ain't got nothing. So go
What?
for it.
They can't cancel us, brother. Fuck them.
Yes,
That's
So-
right.
they try,
Ladies
They
and
have
gentlemen,
tried.
They can fail.
and
ladies
they are
and
going
gentlemen,
to
it's our privilege.
fail.
It's our privilege once again to have the beautiful Cat Von Cage singing.
Oh my God. All right then.
Us
Thanks,
lot-
guys.
us-
Right, let me.
us
Hang on.
lot
Let me.
gonna-
I've messed it up now, haven't I? Wait there.
She's got to prepare, lad.
Hey,
She's
we're
got
allowed,
to
Cat.
prepare.
we're allowed
Come on.
technical issues. It's
1 minute.
It's tradition here at Comedy Pro Wrestling.
Bluetooth mode.
Yeah, like it was so. I don't get why it was so loud. Like, hang on, give me a sec, guys. Like, as you were.
That's all right.
We're
We'll keep
talking.
talking.
We're legends for filling the space. That's what we do. Will, what
Yeah,
did you think of that? Come on, let's get you.
Brilliant. Yeah, go on, do that. One, give me a set with them.
Will, how did you feel? Did you like it, Will?
Me, yeah, I'm loving it, mate. I'm loving your dancing as well.
Hey,
See
I
you
was
doing
sorry,
that.
I was voguing along to it. I was.
Can I
I
just
was
say,
voguing along.
yes. The only person I could see through the whole time, right? I could see me, and then I could see Will and then Lauren. I was like,
We had a big spoil.
so I'm singing it to you, Will. Like you and Lauren. Sorry.
I bet Nathan cut us off, didn't he?
Right,
that's
1 minute.
cool.
Sorry.
Right, while she's doing that, I'm going for a slash, lads.
Oh, here we go. He's got to
All
lower
right.
the tone, ain't he?
Good to know that information as always. Well, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, once we've heard the beautiful Cat Von Cage sing "Unfaithful" by Rihanna, the only thing left will be to hear what Will has to say and Will's response to Steve Antino. So make sure you stay online to hear shots get fired from Will Starr to Steve Antino as he responds. And remember, after Talking Madness, we will be showing the infamous match from History 7, Cleo versus Will Starr for the CPW Lineal Heavyweight Championship.
I mean,
The
I'm
debut
going
of
to
Little
watch that
Susie.
for Will Starr. You know, I'm just going to watch it for Will Starr alone.
Who else would you be watching it for?
That's it.
Okay,
I don't know
are you
who's
ready, Kat?
reffing.
Dal ref. Are you
Yeah,
ready,
we have
Kat?
two people then.
Kat is ready, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, she's muted. Kat, you've muted yourself.
There we are. Sorry. Right.
It would have been
Technical
a-
difficulties.
It would have been a very interesting song if you sang the whole thing on
Oh my
mute.
God, I am so.
Right,
Right.
Kat, you're once again the face of Talking Madness.
Yes.
Take it away with "Unfaithful" by Rihanna. Actually,
Let's
by
do
Cat
it.
Von Cage.
Yeah, by me. Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, my sound, yeah, it's good. 1, 2, yeah, it's good. Story of my life, searching for the right, but it keeps avoiding me. Sorrow in my soul, cause it seems I'm wrong, really loves my company. He's more than a man, and this is more than love, the reason that the sky is blue. The clouds are rolling in because I'm gone again, and too much can't be true. And I know that he knows I'm unfaithful, and it kills him inside to know that I am happy with some other guy. I can see him dying. I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna be the reason why. Every time I walk out the door, I see him die a little more inside. I don't wanna hurt him anymore. I don't wanna take away his life. I don't wanna be another. I feel it in the air as I'm doing my hair, preparing for another day. I kissed upon my cheek as he reluctantly, as if I'm gonna be out late. I say I won't be long, just hanging with the girls. I lie, I didn't have to tell, because we both know where I'm about to go, and we know it very well. As I know that he knows I'm unfaithful, and it kills him inside to know that I am happy with some other guy. I can see him dying. I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna be the reason why. Every time I walk out the door, I see him die a little more inside. I don't wanna hurt him anymore. I don't wanna take away his life. I don't wanna be you. I met her right. I love his trust. I might as well take a gun and put it to his head. Get it over with. I don't wanna do this anymore. Well, anymore. I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna be the reason why. And every time I walk out the door, I see him die a little more inside. And I don't wanna hurt him anymore. I don't wanna take away his life. I don't wanna be you. I'm not right now. I'm not right now, no. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Wow.
Hey, that was
Oh,
fantastic.
Such amazing.
That was absolutely wow.
Incredible.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Nate, I'm sorry, mate. I just want to say, you are absolutely fucking amazing singer, Kat. But another CPW women's wrestler who is an amazing musician, an amazing singer is Shorty. And
Yes.
I would like to put it out there, yeah, if possible, if you two would be able to.
Lee obviously didn't watch.
No,
Lee obviously didn't watch last week's session,
Not
but
at
they
all.
said they're already collabing.
That was announced last week on
That's
his.
one I missed. I'm sorry. That's part that
Anyway,
I missed.
Kat, before you go, appreciate you joining us once again. Amazing. I mean, you can stay in here if you want to stay on until 11 o'clock in here. We'll cut amazing shots fired at Steve Antoni. More than welcome.
I'd love
to hear,
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd love
you
to.
Okay.
Stay, listen.
Before we move on to Steve Antino, we just got a lot of messages on YouTube sending love to you there. Richard Ward, hi again, Kat, amazing voice. Jim's watching. Hi, babes.
Hey,
Aaron,
Jim.
hi, Jim.
Hi, babes.
Jim, you're gorgeous. Lots
You
of
just-
love hearts. Rachel saying, well done. Shorty, can't cancel us. Agreeing with us. Yes, Kat from Lauren. Amazing from Rachel. You're amazing from Jim. Shorty, yes. Agreeing to the collaboration. Everyone's sending their love there for you there, Kat.
Can I just, as well, Nathan, on top of that, me and Kat have been talking during the week. Anyone that's on TikTok, look out for Kat on there soon, because she's going to be duetting with a guy, the song by the Cranberries, Zombie. This guy's amazing. I
That's
sent
a
you the
great
video,
song.
didn't I?
I
This
love
guy
that
is
song.
this guy is amazing at sign language. Yeah, he's fucking brilliant. And Kat is agreed to duet with him the song Zombie, where he's gonna be sign language in it, and Kat's gonna be singing it. So anyone on TikTok, look out for it soon, because it'll be on there.
I was really worried then that you were going to say you were duetting with Kat.
Yeah, we are.
What's your problem?
That's
I'm
next
sorry.
on the list.
What's your problem?
Isn't it, Aaron?
Yeah. Listen, I have got the voice of Charlotte. Church.
Charlotte.
Charlotte Church.
Is it Charlotte Church?
Yeah.
Or is
Charlotte
it-
Church it is, yeah.
What's A Charlotte though? What's A?
Is it just a Charlotte from a Friday night down the pub?
You're like Winston Churchill.
That again. Will, you'd like to listen to me?
Yeah.
Oh, Will.
Give us a little
Stop
acoustic
it, man.
right now.
Stop it. Oh, you're so embarrassing me now. Anyway, carry on before I get embarrassed.
Oh, I just want to say, when she was singing that song, I love that song by Rihanna, and I was off camera, obviously, and I was miming along like I was on a lip sync battle. But, ladies and gentlemen,
I want to see that too.
look, as much as it's been amazing so far to see Cat from Cage, it's now time to get down to business, and that business is what we all came for tonight.
Let's
We've
do
heard
it.
we've heard the backstory. We've listened to Will talk about the situation with him and Steve Valentino. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to find out and get the proper response from Will Starr to the captain, Steve Valentino. So I'm going to shut up. Lee's going to shut up. Dow's going to shut up. Aaron's going to shut up. Will, the floor is yours. What do you have to say to Steve Valentino?
What do I have to say to Steve Valentino? What I haven't already said? Look, at the end of the day, like I always say to anyone who wants to call me out or talk shit online to me or behind my back or go on a podcast, I'm not hard to find. You know, I'll make myself known as CPW. I'm always there. I'm at the academy. I'm at the PC, you know, wherever. I'm at the CPW shows. I'm there every single CPW show, you know. So I ain't hard to find. You want to fight me? Come find me. You want to talk shit, then, you know, you got to back up what you say to me. So it's really as simple as that. And, you know, Steve Valentino, like we've discussed before, right, you know, I beat him, he's beat me. Like I said, he got his quick win and he ran away. We ain't seen him since. So if he wants to actually stick around and make his presence known around CPW, just turn up to a show. You know, I'm always there. I ain't hard to find. So you want to challenge me, you want to face me in the ring, then I'm happy to face anybody. You know, as far as whether I'm the same Will Starr or not, well, he'll find out. So will the rest of the CPW galaxy. You know, you wanted my attention, Steve Valentino, or you fucking got it. So just bring it.
Yes, my brother. Yes.
Wow. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There is the line drawn. There is the platform to step up to, set by Will Starr for the captain, Steve Valentino. Like we've said already this tonight, this match is definitely probably going to happen sometime in the near future. What type of match? We do not know. But all we know, it is going to go down.
It doesn't matter. Look, I've proved, you know, Mr. Wrestling, I can out wrestle anybody. You know, I've faced Mr. Richards in a CPW prison. You know, I've had title matches. So it really doesn't matter what kind of match it is, where it takes place, when it takes place. I'm ready. You know, and look, you know, before we meet Steve Valentino, before you could say it was professional rivalry, you know, each guy wanting to prove they're the best wrestler, but Now he's attacked my work ethic, my work behind the scenes. He's attacked CPW, my dedication to that. Well, now it's personal. You know, all the messages, all the people wondering what the heat is between us. Well, there wasn't any heat until he wants to come onto a podcast and talk shit about my work ethic. Now it is personal. Now we have got heat. So it's a different ball game now. So let's see Valentino actually turn up and try and back up what he says.
Wow.
I mean,
Literally, that is like lit me up, like fucking
Oh,
burning fire.
goosebumps.
I personally can't fucking wait to see that.
Definitely
I
not.
cannot wait to see that.
Fantastic.
At least I can't wait for my next beer. I can't wait to see Steve Valentino rip it up against Will Starr.
Well,
I know.
Don't get your hopes up too much because it probably won't last very long. Because he wants to piss me off. He's done it.
Wow, there you go.
Well,
There you
I
are.
was about to say, no matter what, whenever this match happens, whatever type of match it is, we know this could go down as one of the greatest matches in CPW history. It has all the potential to go out there and be absolute fireworks. Like we said, if Steve Valentino said he was going to light a fire under Will's arse or he was going to piss off Will, he's done that. And Will has stepped up tonight. And in my opinion, he has drawn the line in the sand and said, "You want it, come cross it." Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can all appreciate what we've heard tonight from Will Starr. And Will Starr, we thank you for giving us your time once again here on Talking Madness and really letting us in even more into your mind as a wrestler, but as a passion for CPW. Who knows? We may get a response from Steve Valentino on this. We'll have to look out either on the CPW page, on the Galaxy page, or you never know. We might be back here on Talking Madness. We'll start. Obviously, you've given your final words to Steve Valentino. Can you give us some final words for the fans watching and some final words for maybe everyone else in CPW for what's to come 2021 from Will Starr?
Look, there's been a lot of questions, a lot of people doubting whether I've still got the same focus, whether it's still the same Will Starr that was the lineal heavyweight champion. And look, all I can say is I'm focused, I'm back. This whole time off has given me some time to recoup, dust myself off. All the niggling injuries have gone. I've recovered. I'm back to 100%. I'm feeling my best. I've set my goals again. And, it's about climbing that ladder. And whoever wants to step up and challenge Will Starr, then they're more than welcome to step in the ring with me because I'll take on anyone. And I've always been that way. And I'll stay the same. Anyone who wants to challenge me and see how good they really are and see where they stand within CPW, I'm ready for the challenge. So jump in the ring. Like I said, I ain't hard to find. And everybody who's, we went down the list about who the champions are and who's holding bouts. Anyone holding gold in CPW needs to watch out because Will Starr he's back and he's ready to be a contender again. So I don't like being without gold. Let's just put it that way.
No, that's fair. That's a fair comment to say. You've had the gold for so long. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, have still been kept here with the presence of Cat Von Cage. This episode tonight has been probably one of the most intense episodes in Talking Madness history. And that's all credit and thanks to that man, our guest, Will Starr, tonight, in bringing that intensity once again to the show, like he does in the ring, week in, week out. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you're aware, remember, after this show finishes, we will be airing the match from History 7, Cleo versus Will Starr for CPW Lineal Heavyweight Championship. Also, New Blood Wrestling episode 11 will be available to rent from Wednesday this week and then available on demand from Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been Talking Madness. We have been your hosts, Nathan Lewis, Lee Simmons, Dale Richardson, and Aaron. And we've been joined tonight by the one and only Will Starr. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in Talking Madness history, that's not the end of the show. The end of the show tonight will be the beautiful Kat Von Cage once again singing us a song to end this week's episode of Talking Madness. So Kat Von Cage, take it away with the song of your choice.
Thank
In the words of
you.
Gabrielle, dreams can come true.
That's beautiful, mate. That's
I
beautiful.
know, mate. I know.
Take me, I'm alive. Never was a girl with a wicked mind, but everything looks better when the sun goes down. I had everything, opportunities for eternity, and I could belong to the night. Your eyes, I can see in your eyes. You make me wanna die. I'll never be good enough. You make me wanna die. And everything you love, right up in the light. And every time I look inside your eyes, you make me wanna die. Taste me, drink my soul, show me all the things that I shouldn't know when there's a new moon on the rise. I had everything, opportunities for eternity, and I could belong to the night. Your eyes, I can see in your eyes, everything in your eyes. You make me wanna die. I'll never be good enough. You make me wanna die. And everything you love, run up in the light. And every time I look inside your eyes, running in the look, you make me wanna die. I would die for you, my love, my love. I will lie for you, my love, my love. And I would steal for you, my love, my love. And I would die for you, my love, my love. But I've been the light, and every time I look inside your eyes, I'm running in the look inside your eyes. I'm running in the look inside your eyes. You make me wanna die.
Yes. Thank you so much, you guys.
Fucking yes!
Yes, Kat. Excellent.
Yes!
Thank you so much.
Kat,
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kat,
Thank
that
you
was
for that,
fucking
Kat.
amazing. Thank you.
Fantastic.
So good.
Yeah,
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a night we've had here on Talking Madness. We've had Will Starr absolutely tearing it up here on the podcast. We've had the beautiful Kat Von Cage giving us not one, not two, but 3 songs tonight. And we have had one hell of a show. But I did say it was the end. But before we go, we can never forget you, the beautiful fans that watch and tune in every week. So, Aaron, is there anything left on YouTube tonight for us to discuss quickly?
Yeah, well, hey, mate, YouTube's blowing up, mate. Kat Von Cage, they're loving you, as always. Will, I think you've started a fire in everyone's heart because, mate, it's fucking
Yes,
CPW for life, mate. Everyone's gonna fucking die for you in this company by the looks of it. You know what I mean? But what I want to end on, and while we've got you here, Kat, and I know, Lauren, you're still listening in next to the beautiful Will Starr, is Commentary Pro Wrestling has put, will we get to see Kat Von Cage versus Lauren Starr in 2021? Wow.
Oh, yes!
Hey,
won.
oh, wow.
I will say
I
this.
love that.
I will say this. She's practicing her strikes behind the scenes.
She just punched you. Will, she just punched you in the side of the head? Is that what you're saying?
Will, raise your right hand if you're getting beaten up and you don't want anyone to know. We'll come and rescue you.
So hang on. I heard a yes from Lauren Starr. I heard a yes from Kat Von Cage. So to me, that's a yes all around.
Come on! It's
I'd love to.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2021, we're going to see, hopefully, the match, Kat Von Cage versus Lauren Starr. Kat
Oh,
Von Cage.
we need to see Lauren Starr versus Dominic De Winter first.
Obviously, yeah.
There we are.
I'll be honest,
that's got
mate, I'm waiting for that first. I
Me
want
too.
to see
Lauren Starr needs a warm-up match.
by Lauren Starr.
So, yeah.
Maybe we could have Kat as the special referee.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love reffing. Let's do it. I don't get to
Let's
ref that
do it.
often.
Let's book that one as well.
There we go. Let's get our booked in.
Damn it. We are the show of bookings.
Right.
Anyway, Nathan, over to you because it's your show.
Next.
It's not my show. It's a Talking Madness show hosted by us four ragamuffins.
It is.
Ragamuffin.
Kat Von Cage, it's been a pleasure to have you once again.
Thanks so much.
Before you leave us, please feel free, as always, here on Talking Madness, to plug your socials,
I'd love to.
everything that you want to plug here on Talking Madness, so all our viewers can make sure they keep watching your beautiful singing voice.
Oh, thanks. I'd love to. Yeah, so that song I did earlier, my song Bad Vibes, I've got a music video out for that, which you can find here on YouTube. Just type in Kat Von Cage Bad Vibes. It's a banging video. It's had like 11,000 views, which is insane. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like for me, like I'm like I get a couple hundred and I'm happy, you know, but yeah, insane. So go check that out. And I've got a new song, it's dropping really soon, like called Cave Witch. I've also got a video for that, so go see that. That one's really weird. It's really weird to anything I've ever done. It's very, very, I don't know, like my shadow self or something. But yeah, other than that, you can find me on everything except TikTok, which I will be soon. But yeah, at Kat Von Cage or at Kat Von Cage KVK, either or. Thank you very much. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.
We love you too, Kat. Thank you, Kat. Will Starr.
Sorry, one sec. Everyone, get on that shit, because as you've just heard, she's got an amazing voice, man. She's
fantastic.
Incredible. Always, you've got to listen to everything she sings. Get on that shit. Sign up. Listen to her.
Thank you, Leah. I've got loads on Spotify. There's a whole album on there that you can listen to. The production isn't like the best, but like I'm learning in it. My second album's absolutely bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Kat Von Cage's new hype bro.
Lee can't afford Spotify.
No, I'll get the advert. I can still listen. It's fine.
Kat Von Cage has got a new hype man in the name of Lee Simmons.
I'm different. Giving me life.
Kat, what you need to do is you need to pay for Lee to come over to Wales and have him just follow you around the street, and he'll just hype out for you. Like,
yes,
big time.
Do I need a passport for Wales?
No,
no, you're all right.
Not yet. Anyway,
we're all good. I'm your man. I'm your man, Kat.
Right, down.
Lee, that was amazing. Kat Von Cage, you are amazing. We love you. Thank you very much for joining us. Will Starr.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Love you. Thank you.
Will Starr, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, brother.
It has been amazing.
Thank you, Will.
Will,
been a pleasure, mate, as always.
Have you got any social medias you like to plug?
No. Have I got? No. The only the only thing I ever plug is the CPW Academy and obviously the New Blood shows. That's where you can catch me, man. The CPW tapings, and yeah, get Patreon and you'll see me there.
On demand.
Listen,
On
well,
demand.
because we're known for like bringing matches forwards and booking matches. What are you saying? Me and you and the Brian Punches, Will? You still ain't got back to me.
Begging it. Aaron, stop begging it. Come
Stop
on,
it,
then.
man.
Stop begging for
Aaron, Aaron, you can do that in training, yeah, but not with me.
that.
Oh, what?
Right,
We've
ladies and
got
gentlemen.
Becky Mitchell over here. Calm down, Aaron. Becky Mitchell.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
So we've had the wise words of Will Starr tonight. We've heard his response to Steve Valentino. If you've not seen the Steve Valentino podcast, you can catch that on the CPW YouTube page, and you can see what caused Will Starr to come on tonight and give the responses that he's had. For those who have been watching, we've
Guy's
been...
obsessed with me, man. He's obsessed.
He wants to be you. He wants to be you, Will. That's what it is. He wants to miss the wrestling.
To be honest, I think Lauren has to worry more than me because he's sounding a little bit obsessed with me.
Hey, he's not getting in there before me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You're not joking.
You're not joking.
That's the truth. That's the motherfucking truth right there.
There you go. That's right.
Has Lee had one too many beers again?
Yeah.
I'll have to
He had
keep
a
an eye on
six-
Lauren. If
he had a
Lauren goes
six-pack at the
missing,
start of the night.
that's where Nathan is.
What do you mean again?
Sorry.
What do you mean again?
Sorry.
Man's never
Right,
sober.
guys, I'm off. I'll see you later.
Will, we love you,
Ladies
man.
and-
Pleasure,
ladies
mate.
and-
Thank you, my
Round of
friend.
applause to Will Starr. Thank you, Will Starr,
Thank
for
you,
shooting
mate.
tonight.
Pleasure, mate.
Love you, Will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, like we said, this has been Talking Madness. We were joined by the beautiful Gavin Cage. We were joined by the one and the only, the chosen one, Will Starr.
Beautiful Will Starr.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, shots have been fired at everyone, not just at Steve Valentino, at everyone. And if you are watching this and you're one of those people that think that we've been talking about you, that means we have been talking about you and you should be on notice. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, after this show, we will be showing the CPW history match of Cleo versus Will Starr for the CPW Little Heavyweight Championship. Once again, this week, we have been your hosts for Talking Madness, and it's been one hell of an episode. So the only thing to do now is to say our goodbyes. Dale, say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Great show, guys. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank
Lee
you, Will.
Simmons,
Thank you, Kat.
say goodbye.
CPW Galaxy, I fucking love you guys.
Aaron, say goodbye.
CPW, like Lee says, we love you and we're going to be here for you soon. And we're always here for you, actually.
Always.
I love you. Love you all.
And that only leaves for me to say goodbye. It's a goodbye from me. It's a big love from me. CPW, we are family. We are CPW. CPW for life. This is Talking Madness. We thank Cat Von Cage. We thank Will Starr. I thank my three brothers here for being here every week with me. And we thank the boss himself for letting us do this show week in, week out. And we thank you, the CPW Galaxy, watching this in. And those, if you try to cancel us, you try to shut us down, you'll always fail because we are CPW.
No chance.
This is Talking
right.
Madness. Enjoy Elimination Chamber. Enjoy the match after this between Cleo and Will Starr. And CPW will continue to bring you shows. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Make it go black. Who could love somebody like that? Oh, I see is a monster in me. Oh,
Heavyweight Championship match. This match will run by legal heavyweight rules. This means pretty much anything goes. Right? The winner of the match will obviously be the CPW legal heavyweight champion. And have a good day.
Third eye on your head. Come on, dear. Let's go.
You're going to die in there. Don't say anything more to me.
mercy. Chains all wrapped around me. Try to break free from the darker part of me. Mercy, mercy, please. I forgive myself and my good nature when I let temptation